5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at HighDesertBeerAndWinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's HighDesertBeerAndWinefest.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side? I'm in the far side. You're in the far side.
Go. Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah! Beto Duran in the house for DeMarco today. I asked DeMarco, I don't know, half an hour or so ago, hey, how you feeling? And I got a response back from him, just the word. I think it's a typo, but I'm not sure because it's a real word. The word was pool, like swimming pool, but just pool, and then a gif of Rocky running up the stairs in Philly. So I think he meant cool, like better, and then he's running.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. But it said pool.
But if I didn't get the gif, I would assume it was poop.
Like
that's what I was
if I
thinking.
had no gif attached of a Rocky running up the hill, I would think he was feeling poop.
Okay, but it was pool with the Rocky going up the stairs. So what do we think? Does that mean he's on the mend?
He's getting better?
Getting better? Okay. Hope you're feeling better, my friend, and hopefully we'll see you Monday. How are you, Beto?
I'm ready to throw some punches from last night.
Yeah, right? That was great.
I went to the Dodger game last night, stayed the entire time.
Good thing.
And I've never seen two managers kicked out.
That was pretty cool.
That was good.
That was pretty cool.
A lot of fun. Sold out crowd at Dodger Stadium. Something about a summer vibe at Dodger Stadium that's hard to explain to people that aren't from L.A., where you don't need a hoodie.
It's perfect.
You just need the Travis long sleeve T-shirt hoodie.
It's perfect.
And it's just perfect right there.
All right. There was a point in the game last night where they took a shot kind of from like where roughly the Padres on deck circle would be.
Yep.
So kind of like looking out towards the Dodger bullpen, towards left field. You could get a little bit of the pavilion roof and the palm trees.
Oh, yeah.
And it was at sunset, and you had this silhouette of these palm trees, the purple, pink, orange sky. Mm-hmm. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. It was incredible.
That sunset you're talking about, how come it's only at Dodger Stadium?
I don't know. Maybe it's
not
the
at
way
the house.
it's positioned. I don't know.
I used to live in Belmont Shore. I never saw that sunset.
It's incredible.
It's only at Dodger Stadium in the silhouette. And it's like this is where you start thinking of Vince Scully describing the cloud.
Exactly.
Oh, those.
When I saw the picture.
The cotton candy sky.
And I am an unabashed Joe Davis supporter. I think he's terrific. I think he does a great job. He did the impossible. He replaced Vince Scully, and everybody seems pleased with it. That's how good he is at this. But when you see something like that, I'm like, I'd like to hear what Vinny would say about that sunset.
And then he would tell you, now the cumulus cloud.
Right. Cumulonimbus is what those are called.
And tomorrow the summer solstice will be.
That's right. Happy summer solstice to everybody. First official first day of summer, longest day of the year. And you said it this morning, we were talking about it. Today is the day that if you are a golfer, you get up at sunrise. You could play 3 rounds easy today.
Yeah.
Easy.
And if you're not a person who has Fridays off, the twilight golf is the best. It just feels crispy, and you're like, "Oh man, we're only going to get 15 in." No, we can stretch it.
You could play 8. You could tee off at 4:00.
Yeah.
Play a full round, and then still have a little daylight to finish off your bets on the putting green if you want.
And then you can still make dinner with the wife.
Or you could hang out in the bar and get a burger. I mean, that's fun, too.
I was trying to set you up and say, of course I want to see Susan. That'd be great.
Look, we spent a lot of time together. We've been married together 28 years. This is great. We love each other. We have a good time together. But a burger and a cold beer after the round in the bar is one of life's great pleasures.
As the Dodger game is on. Right?
Yes.
Oh, it'd be perfect right
yes.
there. The little things in life when you're middle-aged.
Absolutely. All right. Has your fight on July 11th gotten canceled yet?
No, I am not playing. But yesterday when I filled in for Sedano, DeAndre and Kaplan went at it a little bit. So.
About the game?
Well, DeAndre feels disrespected by Kaplan, and because Kaplan's like, he's not doing anything. So I have DeAndre ready to run up the stairs with DeMarco. He's going to be Rocky training. He's going to be doing one-arm push-ups. He's going to be carrying
Does that help with baseball?
Well, it doesn't matter.
A bad attitude might.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we have to get him into shape, thinking he's a mean, lean fighting machine.
Mean hitting machine.
And then when that ball is arching coming down, he's going to smoke it all the way to Russia, man. And Drago! That's going to be DeAndre right
He's got to climb the snowy mountaintop in montage number 6, like Rocky IV that they did.
Yeah.
Worst Rocky movie
I'm
ever.
just thinking, Rocky didn't play baseball. Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't play baseball. I don't know if, getting jacked.
Bad attitude.
Okay.
We're trying
just
to
go
make
with
him a
it.
little
But we
salty.
get him through that, get him really jacked, and have Cappy like, oh man, this guy's locked in right now. And then DeAndre's gonna show up with cut off sleeves.
If I were DeAndre, I wouldn't own shirts.
Yeah, Frank Howard.
I'd just walk around like, yep, check me. This is how I roll. What?
Yeah, Frank Howard style. Right there.
Ted Kluszewski.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But no, we're gonna take DeAndre to the batting cages. Emily, you're invited too if you want to join us in Pasadena next week. We'll be there. Then Funch is like, I want to work out too.
Are Travis and Jorge invited, or is it only me that's invited into Pasadena?
Because not these guys. I like you. And, Travis is no effort.
All right.
Briones is
MVP. I'm cool.
And Briones,
I'm all right.
You'll kick the ball, so we don't need
exactly.
that.
I have batting cages near my house. I'm
MVP.
good.
There it is.
And I won't try. That's my ethos.
That's
if
why
you
you're
would
good.
like, that's exactly right. If you want to play an ESPN LA's second annual listener game, you visit ESPNLA.com for your chance to secure a roster spot. Don't miss your chance. You can be on my team, Team Trav. You can be on DeMarco's team, Team DeMarco. Visit ESPNLA.com today. And that, of course, is thanks to our friends at the law office of Joseph S. Normand. So last night, Beto, you were at the ballpark. Dodgers, Padres. 7th game of the season they've played each other. 7th game that they've played against each other in the last 2 weeks. They've been, and what's the phrase, familiarity breeds contempt? Mm-hmm. Well, they had contempt before the season even started, before the series even started. And it's been great. It's been really fun to watch. The games have been really competitive for the most part. And we got kind of an old school little, you hit one of mine, I'm going to hit one of yours. You hit one of my good guys, I'm going to hit one of your guys. And it's not just the tit for tat of it all, but it's that Tatis and Ohtani are caught in the middle of it.
That's okay. There's so many things to unpack.
A million.
Good thing we got 3 hours for this because one, yesterday's game, I got tickets late in the afternoon when I was filling in for Sedano, and okay, I'll go. This in the morning, knowing that I was going to be here till 6. Let me look at some of the resale prices.
Yeah,
game sold out because you always go to the Dodger site first
Yep.
to see what the prices are, and then figure out what the resale market is going to be. Sold out on the Dodger website. Like, oh damn. I'm like, oh, what are they giving away? Nothing. It was just a Thursday night game. I'm like,
the only thing I shouldn't say the only thing, but the thing that might make it more than just a regular Thursday night is it is the Padres. But that's it. There's no giveaway. There's no. They did have a giveaway. In the season.
They had the Juneteenth. Mookie had a celebrity softball game before the game for Juneteenth, and then they had a special jersey. But that's a different package.
Right, you got to buy that specifically.
Yeah. No, this was not. It wasn't like everybody gets a bobblehead. And
right.
I'm like, oh wow, and I'm like, I want to go.
Yeah.
Having watched the previous games, you know what I came away with yesterday? I've always been the Dodgers have one rival. It's the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
The Padres are the little brother. They're coming up. They're kind of annoying. All right, it's not really a rivalry. It's a rivalry now for me because
I agree.
This is where, for us growing up, we always saw the Dodgers and Giants battling back and forth. It hasn't been that way for a decade maybe, right? The Dodgers and Padres have been going back and forth.
That's it.
It's brewing into a really good rivalry.
It is. And maybe it's not a historic rivalry the way that the Dodgers and the Giants are, or even the Dodgers and the Yankees have been over decades. Quite frankly, with the Dodgers and Giants, a century or so, the Dodgers and Yankees, you're closing in on 100 years of this stuff.
You got historic rivalries.
You've got long-term historic. But over the last, like you said, maybe it's a little less than 10, maybe 7 or 8, but they've knocked each other out of the playoffs. They've competed for, in the same division, obviously, for a long time, but it's been relatively close. They've had players that have been on both sides of the rivalry. Mm-hmm. There was the little brother syndrome that you're talking about where they finally got over in the playoffs a couple of years ago, and they're both really good. Yeah. That's the other thing. That I'm not even trying to throw shade at the Padres when I say this. The Padres would occasionally be good, but they were never consistently good.
They're a good team.
They're a good team, and they're a legitimate challenger to the Dodgers in this division. And you can tell they know it, the Dodgers know it, and there's an intensity to these games that is very unusual for regular season baseball. It is clearly not only the team that is rubbing the Dodgers the wrong way the most, but it is the team that this is the rivalry in all of baseball that is the chippiest right now. The Red Sox, Yankees forever, not even close. This is way chippier.
Did you see what Pedro Martinez tweeted? That he loves the way that these teams don't like each other.
Yeah.
He goes, this is good for baseball.
Pedro would have fit right into this.
Oh, he would have drilled somebody in the ribs like no other.
It's not only the players, too. It's the managers. The managers are getting at each other, which I like to see as well.
Yeah, a little bump and everything. But this is, remember about a decade ago, the Dodgers and Cardinals, they always had kind of a rivalry. Hello, Jack Clark. Damn it.
Yeah, needing fewer. By the way, okay, it's not just the Jack Clark. It is the Jack Clark. It was the Ozzie Smith home run in the game before it that gave Jack Clark the home.
Because he's not supposed to hit a home run.
Especially left-handed. Ozzie Smith had 0 home runs left-handed.
Yeah, he had 1.
And then he had 1.
Yeah. But it was maybe a decade ago when Hanley Ramirez was on the team. He got drilled. So the Dodgers and the Cardinals like getting chippy with each other, and the Dodgers never answer back.
Right.
No, they're like, oh, no. We're answering back here.
No
We're gonna
question
push
about it.
I like it now.
It was great. All right, so let's just go through this. Did the Dodgers hit Tatis on purpose last night?
Jack Little's making his major league debut. He went to Stanford. He's making his debut. He throws hard. He's wild. And he's going up and in on Tatis, which is the scouting report.
Yep.
Don't let Tatis get comfortable in the box. You're going to go at him, but you're not going to throw at him.
Okay, so I agree with you.
Like even Little looked around like, seriously?
And if you were watching the game, Jack Little was all over the place. He wasn't just missing in because he's trying to bust him. He's missing everywhere. He, like you said, it's his major league debut. His adrenaline is probably through the roof.
Family there.
All of these things. So he's peaking on emotion, adrenaline, and he wasn't sharp, and he was spraying it all over the place. So I agree with you. He did not hit Tatis on purpose. Now let me ask you.
But have the Dodgers hit him on purpose in this series? I don't think so.
Okay. I hear you. Perhaps. But this is where I want to try to, as hard as it is for me, I'm going to take my Dodger blue glasses off and put them over here for a second. Here's the deal.
Oh, here are the numbers.
Okay?
Here are the numbers.
Fernando Tatis has been hit by the Dodgers in his career 6 times. Okay? 4 times this season. Or no, 3 times this season. Excuse me. They've hit him 3 times this season. So they've hit him 6 times in his career, 3 times this season. Do you know how many times he's been hit by a pitch by the other 28 teams in Major League Baseball combined?
The Dodgers lead the way.
4. Yeah. Okay. So the other 28 teams have hit him 4 times. The Dodgers have hit him 6.
Because the Dodgers, look.
Now they play him more.
They play. That's another thing.
There is, but it's a wildly disproportionate. And what Mike Schilt was saying yesterday, and I kind of see it his way a little bit, is whether it's intentional or not, this blank needs to stop. Because you're hitting the same guy way more often than anybody should get hit.
If you go back and look how Tatis has been hit, it's pretty much the same way.
It is.
He's not getting drilled in the back.
He's not.
They're not throwing at him. They're going up
I don't think so
in.
either.
They're going up and in with him, and he's getting hit by relievers.
If the exact same scenario was happening and Mookie Betts got hit 6 times by the Padres, the same way that Tatis is getting hit, Dodger fans would be in their feelings. Yeah. I would be in my feelings. I would be like, I don't care whether you're doing it on purpose or not. You can make a compelling case that it's unintentional, but you need to stop doing this. And the way that we're going to stop doing it is by making sure that one of your guys wears a few.
Where it got out of control. This is the day before.
Yeah.
Where
2 days before.
Yeah, where Ohtani got plunked at the knee with it. Yeah. Look, there's one.
That was the right way to do it.
It's it. Okay.
Yep.
I'm with it. It's done right there. It's over with. But the Padres, look, if I'm Tatis, of course I'm mad because I just got plunked again. But then again, I'm also on the line by the plate wanting to be comfortable.
All true.
What do? Go back to your old Bob Gibson. What did Drysdale do? What did Kershaw do? They'll go up in that with you, get you off the plate, make sure you're not comfortable. Ohtani didn't do nothing.
No, but you know how it works. He doesn't have to do anything. He's their best player. You hit our best guy, we hit your best guy. That's how it works.
Okay. The dude know the situation. One, you're losing, right? And you're still in this game. The guy is 27 years old, making his professional
I don't think
debut.
it was on purpose.
No. So, okay, if it's one of your flamethrowers who's been around, who knows, Little was at OKC 2 days ago. He doesn't know what's going on.
I understand, and I don't think it was intentional either, but I kind of see where the Padres went, and this is why I think we're not done yet. We're going to come back. We're going to continue to talk about this, and I also saw something last night. I've never did baseball. I've never seen that before, and I saw another one last night. That's coming up next. Beto's in for DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
We may get some news today.
If it breaks,
It'll be one of the biggest stories.
it'll be the biggest story of 2025.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, if it breaks.
The Bus family is passing the Showtime torch.
And, with Mark Walter as our owner and everything that's backing with what he did to the Dodgers, I'm all for turning the Lakers into an evil empire. I'm down for that.
The home of the Lakers, 710 ESPN, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month of therapy at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing a schedule, and responding to Jim's long emails. Leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Kane is in the building.
Beto's in for DeMarco today. DeMarco, I think, is going to be back on Monday, so he's on the mend. He will be back before too long. Radio's Clinton Yates in here as well. Good morning, Clinton. How are you feeling? Turn it on. There we go.
I'm well. Thank you.
You're
Sorry.
Well. Good.
Beto was trying to give me signals at the line there, and I was getting confused.
Yeah, I was saying turn on that mic.
Yeah, my bad.
You want the red light on.
That's typically the one you want.
That's what we want. How you feeling this morning? Happy
I'm feeling
first
good.
day of summer.
There was some good. We got good pro baseball last night.
Yeah.
We got good college baseball coming up. So I'm excited about
the
that.
Chanticleers and the Tigers.
Chanticleers, technically.
Chanticleers.
Shant.
I'm going to call them
Okay,
Chanticleers.
but if you're going to Coastal Carolina, you're calling them the Chanticleers.
Chanticleers.
Sure,
Yeah.
but you know.
The rooster. Is it a rooster?
It's a rooster, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people use another word for that, but yeah, that's what it
I
is.
say rooster.
Sure.
Especially on the radio.
Mi gallo.
Gallo. Sí. Simon. Did I use it right?
Yeah.
I'm getting better. All right, I want to read something to you guys. And you tell me what you make of this. I'm not even going to tell you what I think. I'm going to read it to you, and I want to see if you land where I landed. I want to go back. This is talking about Dodgers and Padres last night, and this is Mike Schilt talking. Okay, and here's Mike Schilt's quote when talking about the dust-up that started with Fernando Tatis getting hit by a pitch yet again. We got a guy who's getting x-rays right now. He's one of the best players in the game, fortunately on our team, and this guy is taking shots, okay? And before this series, I can back this up with complete evidence. The track records speak for themselves. Teams that I manage don't get into altercations like this because teams that I manage don't throw at people. But also teams I manage don't take anything. He goes on to say, and after a while, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it on behalf of Toddy. I'm not going to take it on behalf of the team, intentional or unintentional. It's really that simple. That's how this game is played. And if you want to call for that, if you want to call that old school, then yeah, we'll play old school baseball. It's Padres manager Mike Schilt. Here is Dave Roberts' response. Obviously, I think anyone knows there was no intent. And so Schilt comes out and he's yelling at me and staring me down. That bothers me. Because, to be quite frank, the last thing I wanted, I'm taking starters out of the game, trying to get this game over with and get this kid a couple of innings. I took that personal because I understand the game and I understand that it doesn't feel good to get hit. What do you guys take out of that? Because when I read that, I went like this. Whoa! There's a part of that jumped off the page at me. What say Beto and CY?
All right, so I heard this last night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, I've never heard Schilt talk before, but I know he's an old school guy. Eye for an eye, but we're not going to do it on purpose. We're not going to be first, but we're going to retaliate. And I get him sticking up for his team. The way that he came out and went right at Dave Roberts, and Dave went right at him too.
Yep.
Nothing like seeing old guys bump into each other. I love that.
It was great.
Especially baseball managers are in a uniform.
It's great.
It's just fantastic, right?
Okay.
And then you hear the conversations afterwards when they're speaking to the media. Schilt's not backing down.
Nope.
And neither is Dave.
Nope.
Dave's been there. He played for the Red Sox. He knows what's going on. But for Schilt to say, we're not going to hit people.
There it is. You said it.
Yeah,
you said it on the way by.
Right.
What happened? What's the sign?
What Dave Roberts is saying is, my guy, you never played in the
Bingo.
Bingo. That's what he's saying.
You don't know what it's
he's
like
saying
getting hit by a pitch.
You never played in the
Really?
biz.
That's what he's doing?
Out of my kitchen.
That's what he's doing?
Let me read it again.
100%.
Let me read it again. Because I
100%.
understand the game, and I understand that it doesn't get hit or doesn't feel good to get hit. What he's saying is, listen, bro.
I've been in the box.
I stood there and warned that pitch. You, sir,
have ordered the pitch.
Never gone to battle like I have. I know what it's like to get in there with somebody throwing at me. I don't take this garbage lightly because I'm the guy that's had to wear it. You don't know what it's like.
I 100% agree with you, Travis. But here's the other thing I'll say.
I loved it.
I think Dave
This
is
is why it's the rivalry now.
I think Dave is technically in the wrong here. I think that what you were saying before, it doesn't matter why at any point, and the Dodgers have too much to lose to get into a tete-a-tete dugout to dugout with the Padres. At this point, you've got to take the higher road if you're Dave and say, you know what, got loose, are bad. But he had to fire that shot first to let Schilt know. I think that Roberts is in a stage now where you've got to be the bigger man because you've got more to lose and you've got a better team.
Okay. Yes to the last thing
Sure.
you said, and we can come back to that, but you heard it too?
Absolutely. Okay.
I read that this morning.
First
I'm
thing
like,
he said, yeah.
Because that's personal. That's not just you hit my guy, we hit your guy. No, it was on purpose. No, it wasn't. We're going to get you back. That's just normal back and forth between two teams that don't like each other. They compete. That's personal.
100%.
Because guys, and
don't come at me, bro.
This is one of these things that there are subsets to major league groups. There's Hall of Famers. There's All-Stars. There's veterans.
The Hall of
there
Very
are
Good.
new guys.
Yeah.
There are guys that just got here.
They're career minor leaguers.
There are all these different subsets inside the larger group. And one of the subsets inside the larger group of managers, and it's not a big group, are guys that have never played in the big leagues.
There's a lot more now, though, than there used to be.
There are. But Dave is in the group where he played, he's coached, he's done all of these things, and that was one of these, dude, stop. You don't know. I understand the danger. You don't, because I've had him coming at me.
But it's also where Schilt, I was with him until you said, we don't throw at guys. Yeah. You threw at the best player on the planet.
Right. Twice.
Yeah.
The first time, okay, you hit him because they hit your guy. Cool. They should have been done 2 days ago. But last night, going upstairs,
that was
big. Right between the numbers.
So Suarez hitting Ohtani last night.
3-0.
3-0 when the game was very likely over. Not entirely because there were some guys on base, but once Kim made that out and there was 2 outs, it's like, okay, this is just about it. We can take our shot now. Yeah. Had Kim gotten on base, they wouldn't have hit him because the game is hanging in the balance. But once Kim was out, They decided that now was the time to do it. And who was it that hit Ohtani 2 nights before? I forget who the pitcher was, but they hit him below the waist, above the knee. That's how you do it. If you're going to hit somebody, that's how you do it. This was high up in the shoulder, near the head.
Dangerous.
Very. And Ohtani holding guys off. We'll circle back to that in a second. But there's a way to do these things, and there's not a way to do these things. They needed to square the account, and they needed to square it with a good player. That they chose Ohtani both. You could have chose Mookie. You could have chose Freddie. There were some other guys you could pick. They picked the guy, like your point.
And after both teams had been warned.
Yeah.
Forget your warning.
Yeah.
I don't care. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
The manager, of course.
Right.
And it's not an explicit code red. It's an understood code red.
Yeah.
But remember what you said yesterday, Travis? You said you don't mind this on June whatever it is.
Yeah.
You don't want it to get out of hand. I think it's not that it's out of hand, but that's about as close to the limit as it needs to be before this is a real problem later in the season for the Dodgers.
The next time these two teams play, to that point, is August 15, 16, and 17, back here in L.A.
Oh, we'll be there.
The Padres come through again.
Yeah.
Sold out again.
Right.
Do you think it happens again?
Yeah.
I do too.
I do too.
I do too.
That's what I'm saying. This tipped over just enough based on what you were discussing yesterday. I said, oh, please. As soon as they got out there, chest to chest, I was like, oh, these old men are going to fight. We're going to have the Andy Kamenetsky Old Man Fight League that these guys have wanted for years. I would pay the money to watch that brawl. Straight up.
When I saw that happening, we were talking, I was with some baseball guys, right? Like, no, they're not going to hit him right now because they're going to wait till the next series. It's one of those you put in the back of your pocket, and the Padres just said, forget it. Give me all the suspensions. Give me all the fines. Let's
Once
go.
Tatis got hit, they couldn't wait anymore.
Right. That was the issue.
It elevated again.
Yeah,
and
you got to.
Look, I'm a Dodger. Everybody knows where my allegiances lies in this thing. I 1,000% understand Mike Schultz's point.
Yes.
Whether you're doing it on purpose
matter.
or not, you're hitting the same guy over and over and over again. Let me just give you the numbers again one more time. Fernando Tatis has been hit by a Dodger pitcher 6 times in his career, 3 times this season. He's been hit a grand total of 4 times by the other 28 teams.
In his career. Yeah.
That is not a statistical anomaly. There's something more to it than
1
that.
is a trend, 2 is a problem, 3 is a problem at this point, and 6 outrageous. Yeah.
This is where we need John Boy to go back and look every single time that Tatis has been hit. And how many of those was Tatis starting his swing?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing, if you know you're getting drilled, like Ohtani did, you turn your back and you wear it. Like you're taught this in high school, right?
Yeah.
You see a pitch coming at you, turn it,
wear
wear
it.
You get the fat part of the body. Tatis, how many of those was he in the actual swinging motion where he gets hit on the hand because he's crowding the plate?
I understand your
point.
point.
And it sucks that you're getting hit.
And I think I agree with you, but
too many.
Why has that only happened 4 times in his career everywhere else, and it's happened to Dodgers pitch inside that much more than everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this question, though,
That's
guys.
a lot.
Because they know that Tatis, where's his hot zone, right?
Yeah.
Where's he going to be at? Where is he going to sit on? Go after that. For many years, the Dodgers didn't do this.
No, it's an interesting point because that's the way that it's reasonable to keep a guy off balance. If he happens to get hit here and there, that's just part of playing the game. I do understand what you're saying. My question to that point, though, is where do we think the suspensions actually come down? Because
nobody yet.
Well, Suarez, you don't hit Ohtani and not
Suarez
get paid.
is the only one that gets suspended.
Buster only told us this morning on the show, called the hotline to tell us exclusively.
Oh, wow.
Suspensions are coming down in his opinion, and he will have a story about it later. And he said on both sides he believes.
Yeah.
And that to me is
it
fascinating.
Dave Roberts?
I don't know.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking you.
Because Dave escalated that
Who do you
yesterday.
think gets suspended? I think Doc's going to take a seat.
5 games, maybe, because he bumped somebody.
The only guy that you could suspend from the Dodgers is Dave Roberts. I would, if there is one, and if Buster's saying so, he would know more about it than I would at this point. But I bet it's a game. I'd be shocked if it's more than a game because they bumped. Nobody got punched. Nothing really happened.
There was some grabbing, some jostling.
But the way that Dave came out of the dugout.
he was
That's
hot.
what I'm saying. He was more than hot. He was ready to fight.
Dave agitated that because Schilt was checking out his player who got hit.
Right.
Schilt barks and Dave comes out running.
But the second it's like, I got a choice to make. And Dave made a choice.
Brother,
and then
I haven't seen Dave move like that since he was on first base in a Red Sox uniform.
You mean when he played in the big leagues?
Yeah.
But also, the videos, you've seen the videos of Dave saying, I will bleep you up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, that's the first thing I saw when I went on Twitter yesterday.
No,
I was like, okay, that's a game.
I am so thrilled that's.
No, it was good.
I caught that. Not that I caught it, but that I saw it and that you think that that's what it was. Because I read that, I'm like, oh, he just called him a
Andy
know what for not
Kamenetsky
being
chiming in on the text. He said, I had the exact same reaction when I saw Dave's quote, I played, you didn't. It's Nicholson's speech from A Few Good Men.
Yes,
That's
I
exactly
stood
right.
on that wall, and you question the
We live in
manner
a
in
world
which
that
I
has
provide.
walls.
Yeah.
You know what I like about it, though?
Exactly.
For both teams, neither of them back down.
No,
That's what I like.
That's
what I like.
One of my favorite parts about it, and there's lots more to get to in this, was Machado telling the Dodgers to light a candle.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's a great line.
He's such a good heel.
Great
Such
line.
a good heel.
He's the best heel.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best heel. Here's why. Here's
Prende una vela.
Manny Machado is the ultimate
Right.
villain because A, he's a great player. B, he gives zero you-know-whats. 3, he starts stuff. C, he's a Hall of Famer. And D, he doesn't try. Nah. This is the guy that gets everybody into their feelings. I love him.
You've missed one of the best parts, though, which is that he was here first and then went there.
No,
the
it's
circumstance actually works out
It's
beyond his
terrific.
personality. It's a perfect setup for a guy for everybody in LA to hate.
I'm so happy that Manny Machado exists in the year 2025, and he's in the middle of this.
Yeah.
And you should light a candle.
That's a great line. That might be the line of this whole thing.
It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, little break from Dodgers and Padres. We'll get back to all of that because still saw something I've never seen before. An umpire ruined something like they love to do. Awful.
Yeah,
we'll talk a little. Scott Hallenbach, USA Football CEO, joins us coming up next. Beto's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Coverage of the 2025 NBA Finals on ESPN LA is brought to you by Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. Play anytime, anywhere for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Head to ChumbaCasino.com and let's Chumba.
Only available in permitted states. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Level up your summer projects with 4th of July savings on top brand cordless power tools from the Home Depot. Whether you're working on a fence, a planter box, or a new workbench, get the power and runtime you need with the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2 toolkit from the Home Depot for only $99 was $139. Get 4th of July savings on the cordless power you need to make summer projects easier than ever right now at the Home Depot.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
All right, we'll circle back to the Dodgers and Ohtani and Dave and Schilt and Machado and Fernando Tatis and Ohtani and Kershaw and everything else coming up in just a little bit. But right now, here this weekend in Los Angeles, starting today through the 22nd, Over 750 athletes, all ages, representing 10 different countries, will be here in town. An international competition throughout the weekend, a little flag football. The CEO of USA Football, Scott Hallenbeck, is joining us right now. Scott, thanks for coming on. How are you feeling this morning?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you, Scott. So tell us a little bit about what's going on, what we can see, who's playing, which 10 countries are going to be here, and kind of our first look at international flag football, which we know is coming up in the Olympics here in L.A. in just a few years.
Exactly. So USA Football, the national governing body, is building out the pathway. So our summer series is a great reflection of that. It's a tiered set of competitions, starting at sort of the lower tier. It's what we call our select teams and our select bowl. So we have what we call talent ID camps all over the country throughout the year, and they lead to identifying the best athletes at the 12 and under, 14 and under, 16 and under, 18 and under, and 23 and under. And then we bring all those athletes together here. We put them on teams. So it's a fairly heavy exercise to put that together and to have these athletes come together under new coaches and just demonstrate that they're elite athletes at every level. They play amongst other teams in their age groups. So it gives us a chance to sort of take a second look at them, continue their development. And then from there, we have our Junior International Cup working our way up. That is 15 and 17 and under boys and girls. They're playing some of those 10 countries that you're mentioning. Mm-hmm. So great international competition, really the next set of elite athletes that would then otherwise be heading up to our adult men's and women's that are also here under what we call the International Bowl. And then they're competing against really some of the elite teams in the world that very well could be, one of the 6 or 8 teams with us competing in the Olympics in 28. So it's just a great sort of example of that development pipeline and a high-performance plan all coming together. Great to be here in L.A., frankly, because, we're getting acclimated. We're learning all about, everything L.A. And really, frankly, getting an advantage on our competitors around the world. So, it's just a terrific event showcasing truly elite flag football.
Scott, you guys used to be not part of the Olympic selection, right? You've been with them since 2005. And flag football would be, you play as a little kid before you go play Pop Warner, or you played in flag football in junior high for PE, let alone to get to the Olympics. How did you get there?
Yeah, good question.
I got to say, I'm so glad you say that. I keep reminding people that while there's so much hype and excitement, rightfully so, and particularly on the girls and women's vertical, this is still an emerging sport. Like, it's stunning. And for quick history, I worked for the U.S. Olympic Committee way back in the 90s. I was actually, experienced the Dream Team and all that good stuff, so I've sort of good experience there. But anyway, we worked really hard as the International Federation. You're exactly right. Even in our own football development model, flag is like an entry sport to get kids comfortable in playing the sport, learning the skills. You're right. Intramurals, it's still, intramurals in college, beer drinking, have fun. It's, it's adult weekend warrior stuff. But now we are working really hard to turn it into a truly elite sport. So USA Football works closely with the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, their sport development program, other national governing bodies, just really professional leagues, anyone we can align with that can help us understand a professional grade sport and how you develop that from literally nutrition, data, analytics, you name it, player development, movement skills. All this very sophisticated stuff that we're bringing to the sport to turn exactly what you just said, flag football as we used to know it, into a sport that's worthy of the global stage and certainly the Olympics. And last point, obviously terrific to have the NFL as a really engaged partner in all of this, all their NFL clubs. That's incredibly helpful because first we can learn a ton from them. And secondly, obviously, them behind it is really the sort of fuel that's driving this entire momentum. So it's sort of all these things coming together that's turning it into an elite sport.
Scott Hallenbeck is the CEO of USA Football. And I want to circle back to what you mentioned about the NFL there for a second, Scott, but I just want to make sure I heard what you said correctly. You were connected and involved with the Dream Team back in 92. Did I hear that right?
Well, so I worked for the U.S. Olympic Committee back then, so I at least got a loose experience with it, and understood how because you're probably going to go there, right? We have the NFL and the owners recently announced that NFL players are eligible, so that's super exciting, right? And I want to be clear because we have elite flag players now, elite coaches. We've been 6 consecutive gold medals, so we're very confident in the pipeline we're building and have currently. But look, obviously having the opportunity to work with NFL players is incredibly exciting and really sort of an embarrassment of riches. So we are working closely with the league office and ultimately the players themselves to figure out how do you make that transition. That's not easy, by the way. I mean, the one thing I always point out is, my counterparts at USA Basketball working with the NBA, right? The difference between NBA rules and they say FIBA rules, the International Federation, are different, but not that much different. The difference between tackle football and flag football are literally night and day. Yeah. Just start with literally no contact. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I know we're talking about truly elite athletes. I'm not naive. But still, it's going to take a little bit of time to help make that transition, and we're working through what exactly that will be. How do we help them do that? How do we do it as efficiently and effectively as possible with respect to their day job, right? The NFL season and calendar is almost year-round now. So how do we work all those things out? We're sort of in the midst of that, but super, super exciting.
Scott, right now it's 7-on-7 for the high school elite athletes going on, but this is different for flag football. But I know that for the girls, high school flag football is exploded, especially here in Southern California. Mm-hmm. But the tournament you got going on this weekend, you have the Junior Cup with Australia, Canada, Mexico, New Zealand, Panama, and South Korea. I didn't know they played flag football in all those countries.
There you go. Yeah. So quickly, so in the Olympic movement, every sport has an international federation. So soccer's FIFA, basketball's FIBA, all these things. And in our case, it's IFAF, so International Federation of American Football. And believe it or not, some 70 countries around the world are members. Naturally, they're all sort of at different development stages, both tackle and flag. But to your point, the beauty of flag is it's super cost effective, super easy to develop, and it's relatively small numbers. We are 5-on-5, a 25 by 50 yard field. So just think about that relative to tackle, right? Half smaller than half the field. So you really have to, again, you have to make some pretty significant adjustments, even quarterback and receivers, right? It's working on timing and space and all those kinds of things. It's going to take a little time. And then defensively, boy, it's a big difference, right? You got to pull flags and guys are dipping and spinning. You can't jam. You can't touch a receiver. You got to run with them. So we're talking about super agile, super quick, fast players. It's high scoring. It's just very exciting. But I want to circle back real quick. Your point, it is incredible what California is doing. And particularly Southern California. We work closely with the Chargers and the Rams and really give them a ton of credit. What has happened with girls flag is just amazing. In my 30 years of being in sport, I'm not sure I've ever seen anything scale as fast as this. Wow. And I think it just speaks to the passion of quote-unquote football. And obviously, now girls and women having access and entree, and boy, are they capitalizing on it.
Scott Hallenbach is the CEO of USA Football. They've got the USA Football Summer Series right here in Los Angeles this weekend. As we mentioned, 750 athletes, 10 different countries being represented, and the Olympics right around the corner, and flag football will be a big part of that. Scott, good talking with you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You got it. Yeah, you nailed it. That girls flag football in high school is massive. Yeah. It's huge.
My daughter's going to be a sophomore, and is watched football a little bit. She's not watching it every weekend. She doesn't care about fans or anything like that. She's going to try out because her friends saw her in PE throw a football, and the coach was like, hey
come over here.
Because I taught her how, I made sure she knew how to throw a spiral. Right. Now she's going to try out for the football team. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's terrific.
I'm like, you don't know anything about this. She's like, they told us they're going to teach us everything, which is great. Oh, no, she's throwing it.
That makes you and Travis football dads.
That's right.
Yeah.
As a PA guy and as a fourth-string quarterback parent, it was awesome. Exactly.
I'm curious if, you had to draw your ideal flag football quarterback, would it be Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Just the evasiveness. Yeah. I know we've talked about it a bunch of times, and I wish we had Scott. If you had to choose between Kyler Murray and Lamar Jackson, who would you rather have as your quarterback?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, but Murray's elusive too.
He's
so elusive.
He's little.
But that's what you need in flag.
But not with the quarterback, right? You need to be able to
run.
see, but you can't run with the ball as a quarterback. You have to throw it.
Every single time. You
can hand it to someone else to run it, but
you can evade a flag.
You can juke,
but you can do all those trick plays, the double reverses, all that other stuff.
Nobody's catching Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson's 6'2" or 3. I'll take him.
And I think the difference is
the little guys, man.
I don't think you have to have as tall as offensive linemen to see over.
Nah,
no,
they're not really rushing.
If the athleticism is the same, big is always better. If it's the same, if it were Kyler Murray or Peyton Manning, it's Kyler Murray, but it's not. Lamar Jackson moves like Kyler Murray, but he's big like a quarterback.
Man, you're going to get Kyler Murray spinning around. You can't grab that flag.
You're not going to catch Lamar
I
either.
remember when I played, we used to count 1 Mississippi, 2
Yeah,
Mississippi,
yeah.
and then you can rush the quarterback.
That's it.
Okay, 1 Michoacan, 2 Michoacan. Get Mississippi, get out of
Mississippi.
All right. That's so good. We're reacting to one of the biggest moments in franchise history. We have your dose of what's next for the Lakers, thanks to Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. We'll talk about the Lakers sale coming up in a little bit. Still a lot more to unpack from the Dodger-Padres series last night, including Ohtani kind of telling everybody to get back in the dugout and an umpiring. We got all that, but it is Friday, which means we draft stuff on Fridays at 9:45. That's coming up next. It's Trav. Beto's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
All over the Bus family selling the Lakers.
How does Jeannie remain being the governor while not being majority owner?
She is in charge for the foreseeable future. I don't know how many years it is. I think it's more than 1, more than 2 probably, maybe even 3. I don't know how long that's written into the contract, but it's written in the contract.
The Bus family is passing the Showtime torch.
The home of the Lakers, 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, where they want you to believe vapes are calming and pretend nicotine won't lead to increased anxiety and depression. Big Tobacco's Fantasyland is a nightmare for us all.
At 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
He's coming. Here he comes. Surprise! Your tabletop broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
It's a snake draft. It is 9:45 on a Friday, which means that we're going to do a snake draft.
I love this segment.
And in honor of Adam Schefter getting to be the golf reporter for this weekend, which is something he's wanted to do for a long time. He's been kind of almost begging ESPN to give him the chance, and he has a job that most people would dream of.
Between the ropes at the Travelers this week.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I want to do that.
And
Me
also
too.
It's in Connecticut, right? It's in Hartford, so he doesn't have to travel for it. And so they're like, yeah, sure, Adam, do whatever you want. And I think, though, he is going to ease into doing more of that when it's not football season. But
didn't they put him on an NBA game too?
He wants to do something.
Yeah.
With that in mind, we're going to draft jobs we would want for a day. And so our order is Jorge, Travis, Beto, Emily, 3 each, 12 total, because all can fit on the graphic. Thanks, Parker.
See.
Yep, great. All right, Jorge, you're first.
I want to be one of those F1 pit guys.
Oh, the Jackman?
Yeah. Or the guy that takes out the tires.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You want to be Luigi from Cars.
Yeah, exactly. I want to Luigi. Exactly. That guy for F1. Just be in the pits. Just kind of 2 seconds to get him out of there.
That is a great call.
So I would want to be one of
By
those
the
guys.
way, I apologize for not being ready with seed because I had a mouthful of water.
I mean, it's the same time every day.
I know. It was bad hosting by me. But,
all right, Travis.
So, this is going to be an interesting choice because I have a long-running adversarial relationship with this particular occupation. The next one I meet that I like will be the first, but it's really hard. I think it would be fun and it would be interesting to do. I'd like to umpire a Major League Baseball game. I think that would be incredible to.
You would love to be hated.
I want to
be good at it,
and I want to do the plate.
Oh, you want to be Dutch Redman?
I want to do the plate because I want to be involved a lot. You could be at third base. You don't have one thing to do all night. I want to do the plate.
No. I want to be an umpire too. That was one of my.
It's
like your Jordans.
It's really hard. It's the most thankless thing there is, and I despise them. But I would love to go do it for a day.
Do a Dutch
strike.
There was an umpire named Dutch Renner.
Every pitch.
Yeah, he would be so loud, and he would stand back and do it.
How many pitches are in a major league game? 300?
Yeah.
So each team throws. He would do that 300 times. You could be in right field and hear him screaming.
Yeah. Now these guys are like, look, quick, I don't like that.
Remember Eric Gregg? He just.
Yeah, well, Eric Gregg couldn't move, right? The arms were kind of big.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
All right, Beto.
Top Gun pilot.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Iceman, Maverick, Goose, all that right there. I've always, if I was smart enough, I would have gone to the Naval Academy.
You're too big. You couldn't fly one of those.
Oh, I was 160 back then.
No,
so
you're too tall.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You gotta be a little guy?
Yep. Those guys are small
Why
guys.
Tom Cruise is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be Top Gun pilot.
You're 6'1". Yeah. No. You're out. You can fly. You'd have to fly a different plane. You can fly helicopters.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I want to go.
big.
All that.
You'd be going.
Nah, that's boring.
A big cargo plane.
All right, so I think I'm gonna go with a kind of like niche-ish job, and what I want to do it for one day is because I don't even know if they're paid, and if they're paid, they're not paid very much. But I like the idea of this role. It seems kind of fun for one day. Being like in charge of the Gatorade at a NFL game and being the person that squeezes the bottle into these players' mouths, like being like, "Oh, you need some water, buddy? Here you go," and then runs back off of the field. You know, like if there's a timeout and stuff, I run on and leave. You know, that is what I want to do. One game and do that would be really fun.
That's terrific.
I couldn't do that because you could bet the Gatorade for the Super Bowl. I'd be the guy
You'd
get
be in
busted.
jail.
Insider Gatorade trading.
We know for sure someone's given some tips off of that.
You can only bet $100 on it. That's
is that the max?
They keep it out. The prop bets are only $100 max.
And also, it's like it's the most manipulatable thing in there. So Gatorade sideline person. I don't know the exact terminology for that. So it's that.
That's great.
Second one I think I'm gonna go with bouncer, but specifically for an all-female event. I want to mess some women up, as well as I want to say yes and no. I want to say not you.
You want
this person's coming in.
Hold on a second. Do you want to be the bouncer or the door person?
Door person, sure.
But then I think, do you want to fight take the drunks out and rough them up in the alley, or do you just want to thumbs up, thumbs down people?
There are some bouncers that do both, but yes,
Maximus.
Yeah.
Yes and no, and then occasionally, if there is a discrepancy, I want to be able to say, "Get this guy out of here." So yes, I want to be the yes and no person. I want to be the door person. Okay. Be like, tell the big old bouncer, be like, "Get this person out."
That's great.
But specifically for an all-female event because I don't want to fight them.
I'd rather have you at the men event. I'd be scared of you.
I would know that she'd be like, that guy, he's gone. Well, no, you're gone. You're out of here.
Fuera.
All right, Beto.
The next one is I want to be the wino that I am. I want to be the sommelier's boss.
Oh.
Because the sommelier has to know about the dirt, has to know about this, the tannin, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I want to be the one who tastes it and say, thumbs up, thumbs down. I want to be like the wine bouncer.
The royal wine taster.
Yeah. Where I don't have to go in the fields and get burnt. I don't have to get dirty.
So sommelier, or is it a different thing?
The boss person.
Yeah,
the sommelier brings me the wine.
Head sommelier.
El jefe.
El jefe. No, you don't forget it. I just want to own the vineyard.
There
it
you
is.
go. Vineyard owner's a
Vineyard
good
owner
gig.
without having to put my money up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Travis.
All right. This is really hard work, but I want to know how it works, and I want to learn the skills necessary to do it. I want to be a chef. I think because I love to cook, but I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know. I know how to make stuff that tastes good to me, but I would like to learn how to do fancy chef stuff. And I would like to work in a professional kitchen. The only downside to this, it's really hard. And there's a ton of work and a ton of skill. So I don't know if you can drop in or out, but a high-end, like, Michelin-starred restaurant chef for a day.
Man, you guys want to do manual labor, huh? She wants to throw people out. You want to cook?
I don't want
one day.
Look
one
what
day.
I do for a living. I don't want to work. That's why these jobs are one day of hard work. I don't want to do that.
Jorge.
You
have two.
Yeah. You know how growing up, you're like, oh, that's not hard. It's not like it's brain surgery. How about that? Brain surgery? Yeah, just do it for once.
Ew,
Well,
gross. I don't want to see a
not to
brain
get sick
exposed.
that day.
No, but it's like, let's just give it a go. It's gonna go
Bad
good.
pick.
You
Bad
know?
pick.
No, heck no.
I don't need to see a brain
No,
exposed.
No, I do.
No, bad pick.
I do. And then the other one is, because I went with Argentina for 2 weeks, like the team, and I would see the utility guys show up early for practice, early for the game. Like, I want to be in charge of that. Like
a roadie for a team, like a sporting event?
But you have to take their event. Like, you have to have their cleats on line. You have to have their shin guards,
That's
the uniforms.
work, bro.
Like,
Equipment.
Are you like a clubhouse guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The
All right.
clubhouse guy.
I think we approach this differently because I was thinking about things I could do today that, like, I don't need training for, that I want to do one day. Like, Emily, right now, tomorrow, they asked me to do these things. I could do these. If I'm doing brain surgery tomorrow,
Dr.
I'm
Jorge.
killing somebody.
No. It's like the Matrix. You want to be a pilot?
Okay,
download it.
instantly you're good at it? Okay.
AI can do it for you.
Which part do I cut? Hey,
Yeah.
Google.
Yeah,
Where,
the left
where do
side.
I open this sucker's skull?
I can assure you that is not what's happening.
Cro-Magnon over
Travis.
here.
All right, so this is another one that is hard work. And again, I only want to do it for one day, but I want access to this one time, and I don't want fan access. I want the next elevated layer of access. I want to be a caddy at the Masters for one day.
Oh.
And
You want to be around the caddy.
I at the Masters.
Yes.
Because it's physically demanding. There's a lot of pressure, all of these things, but I would love to see how that place works from the inside, and it would probably be fairly appalling, but I would love to be a caddy for a day at the Masters.
All right, here's one. So you said
Last one.
jobs that we can actually do right now, right? So I'm going to change
No,
it
I
back.
think we're all taking it from different ways. So whatever way you would interpret this, you
Well,
can.
the dream job, I always tell this to everybody in boxing, because I work in boxing, I always tell this to everybody. I can't wait to get fired and have my career just blow up so I can become this person. The guy that walks in with the champ waving the Mexican flag.
The flag bearer?
No. Canelo has a guy.
Oh, that dude.
Raul.
Yes.
Raul.
Specifically just to wave the flag.
Well, he does other stuff for him,
Okay.
but his job is to walk in waving the Mexican flag for Canelo. And every single time Canelo fights, the flag gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Does the flag get bigger?
Yes.
He's got green eyes and everything.
Raul's got green eyes. He's from like Maywood, right? Or Bell. Anyways, when Canelo has his after party, and I've been there and I've seen this. Canelo has the after party at the club. Raul walks in behind Canelo waving the flag. And who's taking pictures with the flag? All the women. They all go to him. And Raul's like, no, you can't hold the flag. He has to hold it, but the women have to take a picture with it. I want to be Raul, man.
That's terrific. That's a very specific, very awesome gig. M.
All right, my last one. And now, your designated hitter,
PA.
Shohei Ohtani.
Oh!
Great one.
That'd be really cool. Just
That's
for one
great.
day, do it. I don't care what sport, but a major league sport, or a major sport.
I can make that happen for you at Dana Hills Football if you're interested.
No, that's too small peanuts for Emily. I don't need to announce the Dolphins over there, but a professional sports team at PA.
That'd be great. You want to be Lawrence Tanter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laker girl.
That guy's been doing it for didn't he?
Shohei
He's retired, right?
Ohtani.
No, he's still gone? Okay.
Yeah, he
good.
used to be a jazz DJ, K-Jazz.
It sounds like it. Yeah, that sounds exactly
The other thing
right.
I was thinking about potentially was being a roller coaster operator, just pressing the button that shoots them out.
That would become boring quickly, I think.
So my cousins have worked at the amusement park in our hometown, and they loved it and talk to me about it all the time, especially because for certain rides, you do a little banter with the
Okay.
people and stuff, and I'd like that. My cousin Justin, who is messed up in his mind, I almost said another word, but he's messed up. he used to do this thing called the drop zone, which is you get up to the top and they drop you off a really tall thing. He would say random stuff to freak people out. So he'd be like, 10, 9, drop him at 9.
Yeah.
He'd also do like don't think about Final Destination or like other stuff to mess with people's heads. So I think Roller Coaster Operator would be cool too.
That was a good draft. I like that. I think Top Gun Pilot's my favorite thing on the pit. F1 pit guy's pretty good.
F1.
You're different, bro.
Oh, hell yeah.
Pit guy and brain surgeon.
Why not? I mean, if it's like the Matrix, we're like, hey, pilot, boom, and you download everything into your head and you know what you're doing.
Did you watch Drive to Survive? The F1 series. Did you watch it, Beto?
Some of it, yeah.
Okay.
By the way, guys, next week is when the F1 movie comes out with Brad Pitt. So
I'm in on that. Those guys like train really hard. Those F1 pit guys, like those guys, and if you are not on it, you're gone.
Yeah.
Like they cycle those guys out fast.
A lot of them
tough gig.
are former football players.
Because they can lift the tire.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll find college athletes.
It's really physical and incredibly fast and precise.
My friend is dating a guy who's a pit person for the NASCAR.
Oh.
Yeah.
I found this video where they go like how it was in the 80s, 90s. It's the time how it's changed. Now it's like 1.7 seconds or whatever it is. And it went from like 4 seconds to 1 second.
The car barely stops.
Yeah.
Dude.
It barely stops.
And then every now and then, the guy gets on fire. The guy put into the gas can?
There's gas. There's sparks. There's machinery.
And they drive off with the tank. Woo!
Yeah.
Or occasionally, Lightning McQueen messes you up and doesn't take his pit stops,
Right?
and he loses because he's too arrogant. Come on, Lightning.
One of my first choice Major League umpire. I would have done better than that chump behind the plate last night. That's coming up next. It's Trav and Beto, 710 ESPN.
New era, same home.
This could launch the Lakers into the stratosphere.
The Lake Show have a new ownership group led by Mark Walter.
And 710 ESPN had plenty to say.
I mean, is it fair to say maybe some of the biggest news in decades here in LA?
It was breaking news that shook the sports world.
The Buss family is entering an agreement to sell majority ownership of the Lakers to Mark Walter.
But one thing remains the same.
The heart of every Lakers fan beats through 710 ESPN.
Oh my God, guys. What a day in Lakerland.
From shock to excitement.
From questions to confidence.
This now puts the Lakers in every conversation. Now there isn't a player they can't afford.
The reaction started right here on 710 ESPN.
This is awesome.
New era for the purple and gold. Same home for the Los Angeles Lakers.
710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, it's John Ireland. If you've been searching for an energy drink that actually works without the crash or junk, look no further than Pro Baller Energy. Made with clean ingredients and natural caffeine, it gives you a smooth, focused boost, whether you're at work, on the golf course, or just need a pick-me-up. It's energy you can feel good about, and the limited edition Lakers can makes it even better. Find Pro Baller at Costco, Amazon, and select convenience stores today. Try it and see why champions choose clean energy.
Collectors, Front Row Card Show is back at the Pasadena Convention Center on June 21st and 22nd. Biggest show ever.
Baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards.
Plus Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books.
CGC and JSA will be there.
So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. More than 500 tables, thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Front Row Card Show, Pasadena Convention Center, Saturday and Sunday, June 21st and 22nd, 11 to 5.
For more info, go to frontrowcardshow.com.
That's frontrowcardshow.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Beto Duran in for DeMarco today. The big CY is here as well. You've got your bat in hand. You were deeply offended by the bat rap on a TPX that you ran into earlier in the week.
For those who can see on here on ESPN Los Angeles, this is a piece of this has been ripped off. This is a normal job that is simply worn away. Whatever this is the worst thing I've ever seen. And
It's
I want to find out
tape.
who did this. What listener did this to a bat and brought it to us? Beto was so upset about it, he can't even face me.
You told me that somebody put electrical tape on a bat, and he's like, "Look at this." I didn't want to look. I was offended.
It's like
I'm
seeing the
grossed
Mona
out.
Lisa defaced.
Yeah.
Right.
Drawing a mustache on it.
And that was an hour ago. He told me this. And right now he's like, "Look, here's what we're gonna do." I don't want to do this. I'm having a great morning, a good first hour with Travis. My cappuccino's ready to go. I just made one right now, and now you're just gonna. I'm gonna become
Ignore
salty
me.
right
No,
now.
no.
So all the people who don't like me, I'm really gonna get worse
Here's
because this is
what's
gonna get
happen,
me
Beto.
so mad.
Ignore me. I'm going to fix this problem live on the stream. And I won't even be a part of the show unless you need something from me. That'll be fine. I just want people to see the process. I've got 4 different grip tapes here. I'm going to use them in a sweep pattern.
Oh, you actually have a wrap,
I
too.
brought
Okay.
these 2 I already had at home.
Yeah.
The red and the black.
Okay,
And
you got
these
the
3. And I
black
bought
tape,
this
good.
one yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're going to get
what's the thickness on that wrap?
So the thicker one this is the athletic, and these are more the regular bats.
But is that a 0.5 or a 0.7 on the wrap?
This is a 0.5. This is a 0.7.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yes,
All right.
I will get after it.
It's important.
That's what we're doing.
So I like the details of things.
I'll look when you get rid of that electrical tape right there. Like, seriously, what's wrong with you people?
You are a fancy man. Cappuccino?
Well, I'm gonna be quiet about the coffee machine.
Did it not work again? What? No,
So
tell me.
normally my coffee is straight black.
Okay.
Like, I don't put anything in it.
Right.
Good. I tried to make a coffee right now. It didn't taste well.
Oh. Okay.
So, yeah.
You can keep us up to speed. All right.
It's like,
the immaculate inning.
What is that?
The immaculate inning is when a pitcher strikes out the side. Every guy that comes up the bat strikes out, which happens, relatively frequently. But what makes it an immaculate inning is that those batters strike out on a grand total of 9 pitches. 3 pitches, 3 pitches, 3 pitches, strikeout. Yoshinobu Yamamoto had a chance to throw an immaculate inning yesterday. He struck out the leadoff hitter on 3 pitches. He struck out the second hitter on 3 pitches. He had an 0-2 count on Fernando Tatis when he threw the following pitch.
Here's the 0-2. It is! Oh, no! Marvin Hudson cost him an immaculate inning. I mean, that's not even close. That is... Wow. Marvin. I mean, that wasn't even borderline or anything.
That's our
that was borderline middle. Oh, can we get ABS on loan for the night from AAA? Goodness. Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah, it was. So to give you an idea,
That's the most I've ever heard emotion from Joe Davis.
It was. So Eric Karros is the other person on there that he goes, it was borderline middle. The only thing that it may have missed was the exact dead center of the strike zone, and it might not have even have missed that. It was, we have the box on there. It was, if you drew a T through the middle of the box and had the exact middle point of that strike zone, the middle point, not the top, the middle point, it missed it slightly high of the middle point. It wasn't on the edge. It wasn't close to the edge. The entire circle of the ball was through the box, and he missed the call. To give you an idea, like, what's the big deal? Here's the big deal. In the history of Major League Baseball, there have been 326 no-hitters. No-hitters. Okay, so when a no-hitter happens, it's like, wow, that's impressive. It's hard to throw a no-hitter. You have any idea how many immaculate innings there have been in Major League Baseball history? There's 326 no-hitters.
It's less than that. I would say 75.
118.
Oh, jeez.
So a no-hitter is 3 times more likely than this to happen.
And this is where when you go to a game, you miss out on things.
Yeah.
I didn't know that happened yesterday at the stadium. You didn't, because you're talking BSing with your friends.
Sure.
Looking for a hot dog or something, whatever
Sure.
it is. You're not paying attention to 9 pitches. I just knew it was a quick inning.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that was going on until I go home and I check it. I'm like, oh, wow, why is Joe Davis trending?
I also believe that Max Scherzer did it with the Dodgers a couple years ago.
It's only happened 118 times.
So-
It happens a third less times than a no-hitter. And this wasn't borderline. It was dead down the middle. So here's Don Orsillo, who is the voice of the San Diego Padres, on the same pitch.
Wow. Ball one. That could have been an immaculate inning had that been called a strike. And guess what? It was really a strike.
That's going to go viral.
Tony Gwynn.
That's going to go viral.
Tony Gwynn Jr.
1-2 pitch.
Yikes.
Maybe Marvin Hudson didn't want to see an immaculate inning.
I honestly expected to turn and look at the screen and see the ball like above the...
Yeah, no.
Not in the middle of
No, middle.
I wasn't expecting that. Kind of left me speechless.
So we were talking about it the other day when Jim Joyce blew Armando Galarraga's perfect game with a bad call at first base, which was not close, right? Like, it was a bad call by... The stakes weren't as high because there's only been 24 perfect games in baseball, but this was a worse call than Jim Joyce's was on Armando Galarraga's. It was right down the middle.
Now, Marvin Hudson has been in Major League Baseball since the 90s.
Yeah.
He's been around. He's done a couple All-Star games. He's done the World Series a couple times. You bring up Armando Galarraga, he was on that crew for that game.
Was he really?
He was at second base.
Boy, the energy around this guy is not great. Marvin needs to change his mojo.
Yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. No. He was behind the plate.
Okay.
He was at second base for Irvin Santana's no-hitter. So he's been around.
Stuff happens when Marvin's on the field.
He also was first base when Phil Humber threw a perfect game.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. He was at second base when the Mariners combined to no-hit the Dodgers. When 6 Mariner pitchers combined to hit the Dodgers in 2012.
What do you do? I mean, do you apologize the next day? Do you go find Yamamoto and say, hey, listen, man, I missed that. My bad. Because Jim Joyce took ownership of it, for better or for worse. At least he said, hey, and this was pre-review. And he said, look, I blew it. I missed it. And what can you do?
They made a whole 30 for 30 about
that.
And Jen Latta, excuse me with the knife, Jen Latta did it, and it's a really good story because it kind of changed both of those guys' lives and their baseball careers. They had to come together to figure it out because it was that serious and that emotional.
It wasn't like he's a rookie who got called up from AAA to be an umpire and he messed that up. And he's been here, done that, knows what's going on. Also, for Joe Davis to say, where's that automatic strike zone at?
ABS.
The dude who calls the World Series.
Yeah.
Yo, it was all over Alpha announcing every single, when I went home last night, I was looking at Twitter. I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's one of those things, and you guys have all done this, and when you are doing play-by-play, one of the rules is never assume anything. Yeah. Don't assume. You wait for the call. Wait for it to happen so you don't have to correct yourself on the air. You just you let it happen and then call what was happened.
Vin Scully will always say that. Wait till the play happens to describe it.
Exactly.
Don't anticipate.
Exactly. And Joe Davis, in my opinion, is one of the best at this. And this wasn't one of those wait for it to happen. It was down the middle of the plate, belt high. And he got caught by surprise that it was that bad of a call and that his reaction was as animated as it was.
Here's the 0-2. Here it is.
Oh, no! It's just that's
a soundbite here. Oh, no!
Do you think he finds him and goes, hey, yo, Yamamoto, my bad, man. I missed it. You have to,
well,
right?
They moved on. Series over, so the umpires are gone.
Oh, you're right. They'll run into each other
They'll run
again.
into each other. It's one you have to because a veteran ump always takes ownership. The good ones do. They find you not in public. Yeah, not in public, but they'll send a message over like, hey. Yeah.
Shut the front door.
Unless you're CB Buckner, then you ain't doing a damn thing.
Or Angel Hernandez. And by the way, the players will do the same thing. If they think they had a bad call and they blow up, they'll go back and they'll look at the video. And if they realize it's a strike, the next time they come up, they'll go, you know what, you're right. And they'll just everybody keeps moving. Yeah, everybody keeps moving.
I'm not a big challenge system guy because I know that's what they're working out the kinks in AAA with how they're doing it. Because you see the batters tap their heads, the kids that come up from the minors.
Yeah,
you're Yamamoto, but hey, I don't even need a challenge, man. Just fix it on your own.
Yeah.
Fix it on your own. Fix this.
Yeah. Why don't you like the challenge? Because it works pretty fast.
I'm saying for the balls and strikes.
Yeah.
Because there's still things in major leagues that they have to fix before you bring it to the major leagues. You got to fine tune it because the kids that I know that have been playing AAA said that it works fast, but they're not always getting it right.
Okay.
So that's you bring them to major leagues. It better be 100%.
Well, see, okay, that's where I think you and I maybe have a little bit of a different way of looking at this. I'm not going to let perfect be the enemy of very good.
Or okay, 99.9.
That's what I mean. But if it's 98%, like let's do it. Let's fix my entire thing of replay. I kind of go back and forth on this.
Yeah. Chris Navarro in the YouTube chat says Cal Quantrill did it this year for the Marlins.
It got tossed.
Yep.
Yeah, it got tossed.
Michael Kopech for the White Sox last year, and then Johan Oviedo in 2023.
Yeah.
One a year.
The purpose of replay, in my opinion, is to fix that.
Yeah.
It's to fix egregious errors, not ball that might have nipped the corner.
Yeah, those.
Or that.
Stuff on the
that's
black,
what
whatever.
We're here to fix that, and that would have been an easy one to get fixed.
You still over there, CY?
Yeah.
You got it off.
I'm just getting this abomination off to begin with, so we're going to have to wash my hands, clean this up before we get back.
You got alcohol
to the
wipes?
next step. I
Get it
think
clean?
I'm going to look for some around here.
Okay. All right. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual Friday night, of course, happening July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. Kids ages 7 to 12 can swing big and be part of the all-star action. Sign up right now at ESPNLA.com. Click on the T-Ball Tee-Off card and find sign up in your designated age group. Children's Dental Fun Zone, sparkling smiles, happy kids. Let's talk about the Lakers sale, Beto, and what may happen and what needs to happen coming up first. That's next. It's Trav. Beto's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN. Next Gen, of course, is the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. And today is the first day of summer. We are officially in the summer, and you know what's coming next. Heat, lots and lots of it. So don't let your system throw you that curveball. The industry is experiencing equipment shortages, right? Rising prices, unfortunately, are always a part of this, which means now is the best time to replace your system. And once the summer comes, man, you know how brutal it can be. And right now, Next Gen is offering ESPN LA listeners a free whole home air cleaner with any new AC install, right? So you enjoy cleaner air and total home comfort all summer long. And you get peace of mind with Next Gen's lifetime warranty. You get to remove the dust, the allergens, the pollutants, and you get to lock in the best pricing on your new air conditioning install. Open 7 days a week. They're going to work on your schedule. Lifetime limited warranty options available, which means you know it's going to last forever and ever. Financing options, you name it, Next Gen's got it for you. So give them a call, 833-3-NEXTGEN, 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com.
We told you it was going to be the biggest offseason in Lakers history.
Genie's still going to run the team, and this is massive.
New ownership, the draft, free agency, summer league, and the tip-off of the season with the King and Luka. Every moment of coverage of the Lakers offseason on 710. Powered by Pro Baller. Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. And your home of Lakers basketball in the Southland is 710 ESPN.
Everyone knows Earl Hershiser has won numerous awards for his performance on the field. But off the field, he's a great humanitarian, a true friend and partner of mine, and a real bulldog when it comes to business.
Baseball taught me to work hard and respect people. Rotolo Chevrolet does both, and that's why I joined the team.
Rotolo Chevrolet has been Dealer of the Year for 12 straight years. Like Earl, we know something about winning.
I believe they call that a dynasty.
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month of therapy at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
So I know we've been playing the tease a lot, the promo, I should say, on the air of Ireland saying when they were out at the backyard the other day, if this is true, if this gets reported today, this is going to be the story of 2025. And I think he was right, that the Lakers selling to Mark Walter, news breaking, today's Friday, on Wednesday afternoon, is massive. It's massive. And the ripples on the pond, we spent all day talking about it yesterday. One of the things that I still find really interesting.
Of 2025, the biggest news? How about this?
I think in LA.
The century, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's been, 47 years since they got sold the last time? LeBron still hasn't said anything. That's for somebody who's very online, who's somebody who is – but LeBron is bright. LeBron is strategic. LeBron likes to send both literal and subliminal messages.
No.
He knows his silence says something as well. So what's he telling us by saying nothing?
And by the way, he has not been totally off of social media. It's not like he's doing a cleanse. He's been posting things for Amazon Prime and his relationship with that. So it's not been off of social media.
It is a decision to not comment on this.
We know his family vacation right now. We know he's in Europe. We know he's enjoying the summer, right? LeBron is so strategic with everything. And when he says, I don't know, don't ever believe that.
Of course he does.
Every detail. He's a billionaire with an empire that he's building with so many different organizations, so many different companies. Luka, what did he do? Right away tweeted, all right, hey, Laker fans.
And in Ramona's story that she wrote yesterday, it said that Luka was given a heads up shortly before the announcement was made. Yeah. That Luka was given a heads up shortly before the announcement. And now, it doesn't mean LeBron wasn't, but it also wasn't reported that he was. So
it's hard to get a hold of LeBron. You don't know where he's at.
I bet that Jeannie Buss could find LeBron James if she needed to.
No, he's out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he hasn't.
But posting on his social media about his business dealings. But I know it's probably not him literally doing it.
So what does it mean?
This is like when you're in a bad relationship. And I texted you, my phone died. Yeah, right. Nobody's phone ever dies.
Right.
Oh, hey, I was busy, but you're posting on Instagram and stories, right? And you forgot to put close friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have no idea what I'm saying. But
does it mean he doesn't like it? Does it mean that he's feeling a certain way? Does it mean nothing? He just didn't feel necessary to weigh in on it.
Maybe all of it.
Yeah.
But Jeannie, remember LeBron when he was hurt, when he sat down next to Jeannie and Linda Rambis?
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to do that with Mark Walter and the Guggenheim Group? Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. They're going to be in business together, but LeBron has that player option for himself. But what are the knocks on LeBron and the way that Jeannie and the organization have been going? It's LeBron Lakers.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was International Women's Day. That's why he sat next to Jeannie and Linda. Come on, guys. I want to say Happy International Women's Day.
It's the first time I would be willing to bet in, how old is LeBron, 41?
Yeah.
Okay.
He will be, yeah.
Let's say since he's been 15, so we're talking 25 years, give or take. Okay. where LeBron James is not quite sure where he stands.
Oh no, he's sure he's going to stand to make $52 million.
No. I understand that he's got an option to opt
Get him, CY. Jump in.
He's got some, but this is the first time it's like, I don't know exactly where I stand with this because he knew exactly where he stood with the bus. I'm going to get whatever I want, whenever I want. I get to do exactly. I get to stay.
He was in charge.
He was the one that ultimately was determining his future. Now his future will be determined in concert with another group of people, and that's new for him.
It's not just another group of people. It's another group of people whom are also in concert with another group of people who are all, frankly, higher on the LA sports pecking order than LeBron James is right now. I think that's a thing, Beto. He is plummeting down the LA sports athlete power rankings LeBron James is right now, and I'm sure that identity, I don't want to call it a crisis, Travis, but it's a factor.
It's new.
Yeah.
It's an emotion, a feeling that he has not experienced either ever or in a super long time.
Regardless what LeBron tells you, if he feels like he has to stay quiet or if he feels like he talks, we're going to dissect everything LeBron does no matter what. It's a lose-lose for him. But this is also a man who... Because if LeBron says this is a great move for the Lakers, people are going to say, "Oh, no, he's."
I'm going to throw something at you.
No, because everything LeBron does is.
I understand what you're saying.
You can only please half the people half the time with LeBron.
I understand what you're saying, and you're right. That you're not going to hit the. You're not going to please everybody.
It's never going to be middle with him.
I have loved every minute of my Laker career with Jeannie Buss. She's been an amazing steward of one of the most amazing franchises ever. But I'm also very excited for the next chapter with Mark Walter.
That's a PR spin, and that's
I know, but at least it's something. It's out there, and everybody can go, "Oh, that's PR spin," but it's out there. There's no. I love Jeannie. I'm excited about the new thing. I said something. It is benign. It doesn't really mean anything, but at least it's out there.
He has a professional PR team. He has a professional publicity team that could craft something that is down the middle.
He's a smart guy.
They decided not to.
Yeah. And they decided not to is a choice.
And when he is asked about it months later, when we finally get around him, like, well, I was busy at that time. I was surprised.
But he knows that's baloney.
A lot of the stuff he says is baloney. Yeah. We all know that.
Luka's busy. He's working out. He's getting in shape.
And he's in Europe. His phone work. He probably said, "What's up?"
Luka knows that Luka's fine, and not that LeBron's worried about getting fired or cut. That's not what this is. But it's one of those. If LeBron, and I'm going to exaggerate here a little bit, if LeBron wanted to stay here until he's 46 years old doing 1-and-1s, the Buss family probably would have let him do it.
Yes. They probably want that.
This group will not.
No, they will cut you. they have no feelings.
This group will say that's not a good decision for this, and they've earned the right of Angelino sports fans to be trusted. This is not the new
cut
rich
Chris Taylor for everybody's happiness.
They've done the thing with Kershaw. Like we were talking about this yesterday. Kershaw is a lifelong Dodger that Dodger fans have a connection with that I think occupies a very unique space on that current roster. As much as Dodger fans liked Austin Barnes and Chris Taylor, they weren't Clayton Kershaw. This is more Kershaw than it is those other guys, but LeBron's been other places. Laker fans, LA fans don't feel about him the way they feel about Kobe Bryant, the way they feel about Magic Johnson. They feel about him differently, and they know that. And they're willing to say, hey, what are you going to do? What we need to know, we can't do this, I'll get back to you later thing. We'd like to go win some championships, and if you want to be a part of it, great, let's figure something out together. If you're not quite sure what you want, then we're going to have to make some other decisions.
But also, for LeBron, you don't know what the organizational structure is going to be because Jeannie's still going to be involved, has her 15%, but who's really in charge?
Mark Walter is.
Again, he is, right? But is it really? Or is it Jeannie for a year? Or is it... We don't know because they just bought it, the percentage, but we don't know how the structure, the flow chart's going to work.
Do you think it's fair to assume that it will operate similarly to the way that the Dodgers operate?
Not anytime soon.
Not okay.
I think what they did when they came over for the Dodgers,
they were patient.
They waited. They kicked the tires, checked behind the house.
Coletti stayed for 3 years. Mattingly stayed for 4 before they moved on.
Yeah. I think that's what they're going to do. Okay, we have this asset now. And what do people that are worth $330 billion like the Guggenheim Group do? Mm-hmm. They get the assets, evaluate, and then clean it up. I think it's going to be a couple years before we see some change.
How involved is Andrew Friedman in all of this?
Zero.
Zero?
Yeah.
You don't want to get his opinion on what's going on over there. And I'm not talking about, hey, this guy's got a killer crossover, let's go sign him. I'm talking about the way it runs.
Nah.
This is what they don't have enough of are guys that do this thing. You know what they need more of? Guys that do that thing.
Freeman is worried about Ohtani's ribs right now.
I understand.
He's not worried about what Austin Reeves' contract
I'm not
is
saying that you don't bring him over there as a full, but I'm saying this is clearly that somebody that knows organizational, that knows infrastructure, that knows how to roster build, that understands how to put teams together and how to hire scouts, general managers, analytics people. This is a business manager.
But if I'm Freeman, I don't want that right now. Let me just keep what I got. I make $7 million a year.
Yeah.
I don't need this. Leave me alone. This is enough with the Dodgers. I'm trying to find another arm, Travis. Yeah. Okay? I found Lou Trevino off the scrap heap. I don't worry about what Dalton Connect is going to do in his career right now. But I get what you're saying because they know how to do it. But it's more of Guggenheim's going to find those smart business people like does Stan Kasten get involved? Because Kasten used to run the Hawks and the Braves.
Yep.
Business guys like that.
But that's Friedman too. I know he's a baseball specific talent evaluator, but he also understands infrastructure. What he built in Tampa was not just I got the biggest wallet. He understood how to build a functioning team.
Well, he knew how to build a team with limited resources. With the Dodgers, they have a director of everything, a vice president of everything. That's what the Lakers organization is going to do eventually. But was that Friedman or was that Kasten? Was it all everybody together? So I don't think Freeman's going to get involved with this. I think it's going to be more of the Stan Kastens. I think they're going to find the people like the Lon Rosens who've been there and done that with basketball. Because baseball guys, baseball guys are baseball guys.
I understand that. And I'm not saying that he splits time. It's not equitable. It's anything like that. But if I were Mark Walter, who clearly knows his way around a business, and I had another guy that was in my business that has had a great deal of success, hey, listen, Can you give me a couple of days to just kind of go through this and tell me just at your first blush, what do you think is missing? What do you think looks right? And just hit me back on that.
I think that happened after the baseball season.
Yeah.
After the parade.
That's when that happens.
Now, does Andrew...
Are you done?
Quick update. No, not even close to done. So we've got a triple layer going here just for grip. You've got to get a certain amount of tape on there just so that you prevent yourself from hurting yourself. The rest is for style. This is the cake. The icing is to come, if you will. There will be stripes and it will look good. That's why I brought the red with me, too. So we're halfway there.
Do you remember in 1988 World Series what they were doing to Canseco's bat in the dugout?
I don't.
There was, I don't know why I remember
the A's were doing it?
The A's bat boy was shaving the handle for
I've seen that. Yeah,
right?
Okay.
Because Canseco wanted the really thin handle to feel like a toothpick, but the barrel to be huge.
Yeah.
That's why when he would waggle it back. Yeah. I don't know why that brought me back to 1988 right now with what you're doing.
Do you remember, I believe the guy's name was Glenn Bragg. He played in the big leagues for a while with the Reds and maybe one or two other teams. When he broke his bat on a check swing, that was one of the craziest things. The ball never hit the bat, but to your point, Beto, the handle was so thin and the barrel was so fat that when he stopped, the barrel just snapped off the end of the bat. Yeah, that's bananas. That's strong as you know what. Yeah. And ox, indeed. Factor Cap is coming up next. Beto's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
And now we have a Game 7.
Sunday.
Coverage tips at 4 p.m. Who will hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy? Thunder, Pacers.
Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN. Thanks to Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. And Chumba Casino. And Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Sunday.
The NBA Finals on 710 ESPN.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
Decisions determine results. So which path do I want to take? Help people in need or stand on the sidelines watching? Worry about how to pay for school or have my education paid for? Push myself and learn new skills or stay the same? My decision is to serve part-time with the Army National Guard, and my results will be life-changing. What will you decide? Go to NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places that I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Oh my God, is this your house?
This is the humble abode.
Oh my God, it's so humble.
FX presents Adults.
You don't know your social security number?
No, I do. It's just my mom, knows the whole thing. A new comedy about 20-somethings achieving zero anythings.
What is the worst that happens? I go broke. I can't pay my loans. I start an OnlyFans, but only you guys subscribe.
You can't do OnlyFans.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it on there, so sorry.
FX's Adults. Wednesdays on FX. All episodes streaming on Hulu.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Konnichiwa.
You gonna say hi, Clinton?
He's busy.
You working on your bat?
He's taping.
It's still happening. Yeah, we're at phase sort of 2 of the prettification of it. I'm going to go 3 colors on the crisscross, and we've got this sort of camo.
Okay,
underneath.
phase 2 of how many phases?
5.
Okay.
He's
all
in
right.
the damn. I think I bit off more than I get you right now. I should be home by now.
We're about 40% through. Okay. So last night we've been talking about it all day. The the several events that happened in the Dodger Padre game.
Yeah.
And one of them was capped off by Ohtani getting hit in the bottom of the 9th with 3-0 count, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he gets hit. The dugouts are ready to go. He waves them off. He even chats up the Padres dugout
He shook Ariza's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Iglesias, his former teammate with the Angels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my statement is that action of him. I know Ohtani's done a bunch of crazy, amazing, cool things, but that action, what he did, is the most aura he has had. Travis Factor Cap.
It's Cap because he's, like you just said, he's done some other things that doing what he did on the night he went 50-50 was just next level to be able to perform like that when it mattered like that. But it was wild. I mentioned a few times.
The hand up.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. I've never seen where the tensions were as high as they were last night.
Oh, yeah.
Where the guy, the of everybody in that ballpark, he's the most important person in that entire ballpark, gets hit. Kershaw was ready for World War III.
Yeah,
He was over the rail.
Kershaw, I like that.
He was ready to go. And Ohtani just, no, we're good. Everybody stay where you are. And everybody did. I was surprised that somebody wasn't like, no, I'm going to go kick Suarez's ass and run out there anyway. Yeah. And Ohtani just said, no, we're good. It was wild.
Yeah,
and that they listened to him.
Yeah. They stopped in their tracks.
Cap for me because he's done so many great things. But I was sitting reserve yesterday, first base side.
Okay.
So when he was going down the line, you saw him put his arm Like, no.
Let's stay in.
I thought he was waving off the trainer because he got hit between the numbers.
Yeah.
And the thing when Ohtani's up at Dodger Stadium, everybody has their phone out and everybody's paying attention.
Yeah.
So, again, Ron the caddy was sitting behind me yelling. My boy Rozzo's next to me, and then that punk guy in front of me was still popping off, which is we haven't even gotten
The
to that guy.
mathematician?
Oh, Jesus.
We'll talk about him next.
Don't be that guy. Anyways, I thought he was waving off, and I texted our group chat like, hey, did he tell the bench to stay in? They're like, yeah. He told them, no. That was some aura about him, but that's also kind of the Ohtani of, hey, guys, no big deal. Don't worry about it.
I haven't seen him kind of control his teammates like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a different level.
It was different. But
of
he
that.
diffused it, and then he got to first base, touched the bag, and then went straight to the dugout, and was like, hey, guys, what's up?
Okay.
It's almost like, yeah, you threw 100 at me, you hit me, it didn't hurt.
Yeah,
Like, it didn't faze
I
me.
think there was that. I think there was definitely a piece of exactly what you just said, which is
try harder.
You think that's going to upset? I'm not even mad, dude. Like
spit on
that
that.
was nothing. That's a piece of it too. But how much of it is just Ohtani is Ohtani, and he just operates differently than just about everybody?
His aura.
Could there be a cultural element to this where we're stopping this? We're not going to do this. You do not need to come out here and involve yourself like this because
They don't fight in Japan.
I was just going to ask. I don't think that's a part of baseball over there.
If it's somebody fighting in Japan, it's a foreigner who started this.
Right. So this is I don't do this. Don't do this on my
Short
behalf.
version, this is ghetto.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
Yeah, like
To some degree.
stay out. I'm not going to be the reason that this happens, or something else. It maybe a little bit of all of it.
Also, thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Yeah. Also, it could be one of those things where, like, yeah, you stand back. I can also throw 100, and I can also hit one of those guys because.
By the way, pitching on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess the Nationals.
It's a little bit of I can fight my own battles, guys. Too. I'm Ohtani. I can fight my own battles. You don't need to do another fight for me.
Yeah.
And have more people that maybe get suspended after this. And again, we haven't seen.
Could that have
suspensions
thrown
come
cold
down.
water on all of this to where it's over?
Because here's what happens.
No.
If I'm a reliever and I see him telling us to stop, next time somebody comes up, hey, you might have told me to stop that time, but I'm going to get you. I got you. I'm going to protect you, my boy.
Do you guys... What?
Me gallo.
You guys watch Love Island?
Okay. I'm not watching it because I've heard it's like 6 days a week.
Yes. So I was going to explain to people what Love Island is if you haven't seen it. You have no idea what it is?
Tell me again.
Love
What's it called?
Island.
Love Island. Okay.
But it's on Peacock, right?
Yes, but
So-
do you know at all what it is, Travis?
No.
Yes.
It is a groups
Train
of
wreck.
people going to an island, typically quite fit, beautiful people, but around early 20s. Maybe not the smartest people in the bunch,
Okay.
but hot. And they go there, they try to couple off, and there is a winner at the end, the winning couple at the end.
They
but
win
it is,
money, right?
They
They
win money.
show up as couples?
No.
No.
Okay.
You become a
And-
couple.
Okay.
They're bombshells. They're called bombshells. And but it's 6 days a week. It's every day. And like if you watch today's episode, Friday night's episode, it's actually what happened yesterday.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost in real time.
Yeah.
So anyway, Tommy DeVito was talking about how he and
the
Jackson.
football player?
Tommy DeVito of
quarterback?
the New York Giants.
Hey.
Quarterback. Hey, what's it going? Tommy DeVito was talking to the media in New York, saying that he and Jackson Dart both watched the Love Island together, and they want to be on it. They want to be bombshells or not. I guess the guys aren't called bombshells, but I don't know. I don't watch it. But but that Tommy DeVito wants to be on it with Jackson Dart. So put yourself in shoes of yourself as a bachelor, young 20s, fit, hot, all that good stuff. You would go on Love Island with your buddy. You would want to be on reality TV with your bud, with your bro, trying to win. Beto Factor Cap.
Fact. I wish there was a 41 in over.
There is the Golden Bachelor. You're almost there.
Nah, that's too nice. You have to have a good story. By that, like, I just want, like, I'm the slacker, right? So I'll do this show. But I know the basketball player on the show, I think his name is Pepe or something like that. He's from Los Alamitos.
Okay.
He played pro ball in like Spain and Mexico and stuff like that. He's actually trained my son a couple of times.
Oh, no
so
kidding.
I was worried on my son the other day, and he's like, "Hey, you watching Love Island?" I'm like, "Dude, why are you watching this?" He's like, "Oh, Pepe's on." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I got a reason." And Parker tells me one of his cousins knows one of the TikTokers out there. So
Okay.
this is the epitome of where we're at. Good looking, hot, young. Have nothing to lose. Go for it, and you have a chance to make money.
Yeah.
We might not be watching it, but it's all over your socials.
You know, they make out with people. Like, you're exposed trying to fall in love with somebody, quote
Jackson
unquote.
Dart would do numbers on this. Talk about handsome man community. That guy is a tremendous looking dude, and if he was on there with his homeboy, knock him down every
Travis.
single time.
Cap.
Shocker.
Not even young boy Travis. Come on.
Young boy Travis.
I'm trying to figure out.
Like in the
I'm
40s?
trying to figure out how I want to say this, and I think you guys will understand.
Your teammates at Santa Barbara, all of them.
So you're kind of headed in the right direction, Beto. This is there is a thing that some young men like to participate in with their friends.
Okay.
That I have no interest in. That had no interest in.
I think I know where you're going.
That's not my jam at all. And this is adjacent to that. So I'm.
Are you talking about challengers? Are you talking about that?
No,
okay.
no,
okay, good.
not that.
No.
Not that. No, Cap.
Like,
All right.
And
Yeah.
did you ever find out about Rudy Valencia?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so you know, guys that get busted, right? Guys that get busted. Sorry.
Me in my 20s, 21, yes, I would do it. I'll be the wingman. And look, I'll help you win or you help me win, dog, and we can split the pot. You know, it's just one of those things. Just have fun in the process, man. That's it.
Yeah.
20.
All right, so our show's turned into a podcast. Travis, you have Locked On Rams, or at least, there is Locked On Rams that exists, right?
Both
every day?
of the Locked On Rams does exist every day, and I appear on it regularly during the season.
Right, okay, so.
During the off season, it's a little different.
Pick and choose. That being said, the Golden Globes are introducing a new category, the Best Podcast Award, and they announced the guidelines of how to qualify/win the Best Podcast Award for the Golden Globes.
Hold on real quick. Golden Globes is for TVs?
Yes, they are just now, this year, adding podcasts to its award ceremony. To qualify, podcasts must have at least 6 episodes. And you already
Total?
beat that. Yes.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Each at least 30 minutes long. Again, Locked On, got it in the bag, right?
That's done on the Monday of the following week.
Of course. All right, so my statement is we should campaign for Golden Globe. We should have our show, Travis and DeMarco, campaign for a Golden Globe Award. Jorge, Factor Cap.
Heck yeah, I cut these things every day. Where do I send them? Like how many episodes do they need?
At Golden Globes?
Yeah.
Just do like Sarah at Golden Globes. Tracy at Golden Globes.
Dave, Mark, Bob, Bill.
I'm on it. I'll send the best stuff, like some of the stuff that we have.
There you go.
Done deal.
Yeah, what is even what would
done.
our submission episode be? What? Because that's two. You usually, like with writing of a TV series, you have to submit 1 episode. So anyway, Travis, you think we should campaign?
Yeah, why not? What's the downside? Yeah, we've
say
done
no?
it.
Who cares?
I was going to say, give me one reason not to send it in. 100% fact.
Episode where DeMarco and Beto almost came to blows.
That would be a good
one. Or if Ohtani goes for the cycle and pitches
Now I
the same
understand your
game,
frustration.
that one.
Yeah.
All right, Beto, what do you think?
This show? No.
What? What, Beto? Come on.
Okay, Joe Rogan, Travis. So close. So close.
I also find it. With the Golden Globes, I don't know if Joe Rogan's going to make it onto the nomination list. I'll just say that.
It's for the podcast, right?
Do you know that's the body of the Golden Globes?
No clue. I just know it's a TV.
Don't know if they
and movies and now podcasts
fit the same mindset.
They hit everything.
As DeMarco would say, you wait, me and you continue.
What's gonna win is gonna be either Amy Poehler's podcast or Michelle Obama's podcast, probably.
Yeah, I'll be missing all of it.
Or Travis DeMarco.
Yeah, that's right. Or Locked On.
Can Married with Children win? Golden Globes?
Well, it could have back in the day.
Yeah, it could have. Those kind of shows.
Wait, yeah, that's a TV show.
They were snubbed every single year.
Oh,
is that your show?
I disagree.
Al Bundy? Oh,
Al Bundy's
man.
great.
Al Bundy was right. He's a hardworking businessman.
Beto is Al Bundy.
Yeah.
That's what this comes down to.
Factor Cap is brought to you
4
by the Law
touchdowns.
Office of Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but family always comes first with Joe. That's a fact. 213-747-2000. That's the Law Office of Joseph S. Normand. 213-747-2000 or normandlegal.com. Shohei Ohtani back on the mound on Sunday. Take 2. What are we looking for? It's coming up. Beto's in for DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
We told you it was going to be the biggest offseason in Lakers history.
Genie's still going to run the team, and this is massive.
New ownership, the draft, free agency, summer league, and the tip-off of the season with the King and Luca. Every moment of coverage of the Lakers offseason on 710. Powered by Pro Baller. Pro Baller, the official energy drink of the Los Angeles Lakers. And your home of Lakers basketball in the Southland is 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August, and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
It's 10:45 on a Friday, which means that I'm going to give you my Pachanga pick of the week. I believe I hit it last week, but I don't know for sure because I didn't check
more often than you miss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, which is why I'm going to go out on a limb here, okay?
All right.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to predict my pick for Finals MVP, and I'm going to do it because I think that Indiana's going to win. I think Indiana's going to win. I think they're going to win in OKC. I think it's going to be almost reminiscent of, the Cavs in 2016 with the chase. No, but I think the Indy will win, and I think that it's a weird thing because I've listened to a bunch of podcasts this morning. They're like, if Indiana wins, who even is the Finals MVP? There's no standout guy from each game, and is it Rick Carlisle? If I could,
Siakam might slide in there.
I'm going to pick Siakam because 1, he won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. 2, he summoned demons last night or something up from
That's a great
the
picture.
earth last night. If you didn't catch it, he in their huddle before they started the game, he looks as if he's staring up at the ceiling, potentially praying or something, but all you see is the whites of his eyes, and so it looks a little like out of a horror movie. So I think Pascal Siakam is going to go beast mode on them and win them Game 7. That is my Pachanga pick of the week, brought to you by Pachango Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pachanga Resort Casino. Visit pachanga.com for more information.
There have been 20 Game 7s in NBA history in the finals. In the finals, there have been 20 Game 7s. How many times do you think the road team has won?
Less than half.
I know the answer.
Way less than half.
Is it less than a handful?
4.
4.
3.
No way.
That's right. I heard 4 this morning.
Okay.
Less than 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It doesn't happen. If they go on the road and win that game, that is a very big deal.
In that building?
Right. Yeah.
Ooh.
Against a team that's a 68-win team. This is a team that is not just kind of there because it kind of broke their way, which will happen once in a blue moon.
They didn't box their way into the finals.
No. They are as good of a regular season team. They kicked everybody's butt in the playoffs. Even though the Denver series went 7 games, the 4 games they won very comfortably.
Yeah.
It's interesting, the spread.
It's 8.5?
It's down to 7.5.
7.5.
OKC. But last night's game, the over-under was 225.
Yeah.
Sunday, 215.
Yeah. So Game 7s are typically not well played because of the stakes and the energy and the emotions involved in it. So It's weird because neither of these two teams move me emotionally, and that's a problem. Not just because I don't root for you, I don't dislike any of these teams either.
Sure.
How do you dislike SGA? How do you dislike Halliburton? They're not unlikable teams. The coaches aren't like. It's just like, yeah, okay.
Indiana basketball is Indiana basketball. That's the home of the game in this country.
There's very little juice to this, to me, but you got a Game 7, and it's like, okay, let's go. Let's check this out.
The teams that have won, the away team that has won the Game 7 has been the Cavs in 2016, the Bullets in 1978, the Celtics in 1974, and then the Celtics again in 1969.
My favorite defensive play in the NBA Finals history. Blocked by James!
Incredible.
Still love that.
Incredible.
So only once this century.
Once this century, and twice in the last 50 years.
Wow.
It does not happen very often, so that's a big swing. If you hit that one, you should head to Vegas and make a living.
Who knows? Put $1 on it. Who knows?
Yeah, why not?
So Beto, is your heart calmed? I finished the task.
So you finished.
Could you please demonstrate to the listeners what's happened here? Because I'm getting out of here. I'll do the other bat next week. I don't feel like using my hands anymore. But the electrical tape matter has been solved.
So you showed up with an old school TPX bat.
Yes. Well, that was here. I found it here.
Electrical tape would just don't do that.
Don't do that.
Now you've got the beautiful red, black, the camouflage grip tape, and it's very nicely done.
It's well done.
Correctly weighted.
I would
Thank you.
definitely swing this bat for the grip and how it feels.
Thank you.
That's the best part when you would buy a bat. Not that I ever bought a bat. I bought one bat in my life.
What was it? I bet you know exactly what it was, too.
Yeah, it was a TPX.
Easton TPX, yeah.
Louisville TPX, because the East Ends were too expensive. The reflexes, oh man, those things were too expensive.
So you're a little bit younger than me. The hot bat when I was a kid was the Easton Black Magic.
Oh, yeah.
I had that bat. Yeah. I had that. That was a hand-me-down bat from a guy on my team beforehand.
That bat, it was a black bat with gold lettering.
Big gold label. Yep.
Yeah, it was... You thought you were hot, you know what, if you had
That's where I first learned how to do the black and white deal.
Yeah.
That it matched the actual bat. That was the move.
I thought you were going to go with the Easton, the green.
The green Easton.
The green one, the original
green
one.
Easton was the generation before the Black Magic.
Yes, that's exactly
Green
right.
Easton, then Black Magic. Both great bat. The green Easton was actually a better bat than the Black Magic, but the Black Magic looked way cooler.
It's crazy now how every kid has their own bat that's $400 or $500, right?
And the elbow thing and the sliding mid.
Oh, bro.
It's like
Did I not show you the pictures from Omaha?
So
they do that like Plaza thing where they have all the latest in gear and stuff. Half the thing is taken up by guards now.
Yeah.
It used to be hats, it used to be cleats, it used to be pants, it used to be jerseys. We got pink glove guards.
I'm gonna say it.
What's that?
Soft.
No,
Back
it's not
in your
that.
day?
It's no.
We would spit on it and not move on.
No. 10:54 on June 20th. I'm gonna say the first ever thing about Ohtani that's not positive.
Oh.
Dude, enough.
A lot of the guards.
He's got all the guards.
All the guards.
Like, I mean, it's and I get it.
Samurai-like in nature, one might say.
Even before he was a human dartboard. It's like he's got the foot thing, the knee thing, the ankle thing, the hand thing, the wrist thing, the elbow thing. Like
Senor Glaciando, what happened?
Old man Travis.
No, like
old
I said.
Travis.
No, shut up, Beto.
Old man
What
Travis.
I'm telling you is,
back in my day, we had a McGregor.
Did I say that? No. What I'm saying is,
I feel you on this.
That is a lot of gear. That is a lot of gear.
But when Craig Biggio showed up with the ankle guard,
no,
you hated that.
No, because I hated Biggio, not because I hated his gear. Because he's standing on the plate, he's singling through the right side. Like, what are we doing here? Will you swing the bat for real, please?
Is it out of control? Yes. Does everybody use it? Yes. Does Ohtani do it? Yes. And I want to be like Ohtani.
Is my work here done?
Yeah, you're done.
Like I said,
thank you.
It is the first ever mildly negative thing I've ever said about him.
A pause in the Glaciando. Wherever you say it.
It's Emily, come on, man.
Yeah.
Plus that shield
and I
stuff
believe it's
molds.
Glaciato, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
All right.
You like the McGregor drop, huh? Remember the McGregor bat when you were in Little League, when you played Park League?
Oh, dude, that
and
thing
it was like steel.
It was
aluminum.
It was,
and it would hurt your hands.
30 inches long and 50 ounces heavy.
No
it was
barrel.
like swinging a piece of rebar.
Yeah, and the handle was rubber.
Oh yeah, yeah, it would blister. Remember when it had the little blisters in it?
Absolutely,
for sure.
And your catching gear was blue and orange.
Oh, with the orange knees.
Yes.
Yeah. For
Looking
sure.
like Baboon out there.
It's ESPN LA's Legends Launch, presented by Legends Attic, Legends Attic, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday Night on July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Step up to the plate and take your shot in a high-energy challenge to hit as many balls as you can in 90 seconds. So bring your bat, bring your helmet, and bring that big swing because spots are limited. Head to ESPNLA.com right now to reserve your spot. Step up, swing big, be legendary. Ohtani, with all of his gear, back on the mound on Sunday afternoon. That's next. Beto's in for DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's clean energy without the crash. No synthetic junk, just a smooth boost to keep you focused and locked in. Whether you're teeing off early, powering through the workday, or just need that extra push, Pro Baller delivers. Grab the limited edition Lakers can, available now at Costco, Amazon, and select convenience stores. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clean energy.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway, it's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GGR 001291. GAR 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Get back to Senor Glaciato here in a second.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, well, who was it that accused me of glazing Ohtani the other day? I'm like, I really hate that phrase, by the way. And so
Andy,
Jorge dropped it on me in
Andy,
Spanish.
Maybe your listeners, but it's okay.
So what's the problem with that?
I just hate the term. It's
Glaze?
just, yes, it's off-putting.
It's like saying raw dog. Both things, like, if you think about
yeah.
it.
See?
I'm saying.
Good morning.
Well,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're both coming from the same arena.
They're both words that I prefer not to use unless we're talking about raw, like a flight where you just stare at the back of the seat. That I'm okay
I
with.
mean, but the reason why you're calling
I
it
know
that is
why
because the
it's
other
called
thing.
that, Emily. You don't need to tell me. I know that. Do you know a high school senior who is a leader, a scholar, and an athlete? If you do, nominate him right now. ESPN LA All-Star Student presented by Rotolo Chevrolet. Got 5 winners, right? So you got 5 opportunities. Each of the 5 winners will receive a $500 scholarship, VIP treatment at our All-Star Friday event. So nominate your All-Star Student today at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region, California, 13 years in a row. Come see what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet. So went to Dodger Stadium on Monday night and got to see Ohtani's debut as a pitcher, Beto. Nice. And it was, in retrospect, about what I think you would have expected to see from him, where he's throwing really hard, he was amped up, and he didn't have great control. Stuff was pretty good. Hit 100 a couple of different times, but couldn't put anybody away and gave up a run. Not a lot of hard contact, but you could just tell it'd been a couple of years since he pitched. He's going to pitch again on Sunday against the Nats. Yep. Obviously, the Nats are not nearly the team that the Padres are, but what do you think? What would you like to see from Ohtani on Sunday afternoon?
I would like to see 2 innings, but you're not going to get that.
You don't think so?
No, they're going to be very limited on his pitch count. It's more
through 28 in the first game.
Yeah, I think right about maybe they go up to 35. It's been interesting how Dave Roberts hasn't said what kind of pitches they're getting from him. Right?
Yeah,
it's more of like, oh, we're going to run him out there, do that, and it's He's going to see how he feels. Of course, it's how he's essentially he's throwing a live BP to hitters. And I said this the other day with Sedano and Cap about how normal people would be in AAA or in AA getting a rehab assignment. Like Kershaw did that. But because he's one of the best hitters ever.
He's their leadoff hitter and leads the league in home runs.
You don't send him down to AA so he can buy the spread for the minor leaguers because he's working through it right now. He's ramping up to eventually be able to contribute to you in September and October. So right now, anything he's throwing, you just got to say, good.
Yeah.
He didn't get hurt. Fine.
The goal, I think, at the end of the day is the goal almost isn't even at the end of the day. The goal is at the beginning of the next day.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yes.
And if he feels good, it was a success.
Yes.
Because we've seen him pitch in the big leagues. We know he's not only capable, but he's extraordinary when he's on. That will come back, I think. But to your point, that you don't think he'll pitch a second inning, I hope you're wrong, because if let's just say that the pitch count's roughly the same. Let's say they keep him at 30. He should be able to cover an inning plus in 30 pitches.
But is he ready for that?
But that's what we got to find out, right? They up-downed him in the simulated games. They up-downed him in the live BP session. So let's do it. And I was listening to a podcast with Mark Pryor the other day. He was on with Doug Glanville, and they were talking
That's a good
about.
one. I like Dougie.
Yeah, it's really good. And they were talking about how they're going to do this, and Pryor brought up something that I really hadn't even thought of. But of course, like, let's say that we get to the point where Ohtani's back mostly, but instead of leading off the game, he pitches the bottom of the first inning or the top of the first inning, comes up to bat, and he gets on base. Let's say he walks or has a double, and he's standing out at second base for 10 or 12 minutes. Inning ends, he doesn't score, he never comes in. Like, okay, like he goes back on the mound, obviously, but does that change where they are right now? Do you sit him down? Do you take him out? Do you just if he strikes out and gets to sit in the dugout for 10 minutes, then he's catching his breath? Like, there's so many variables with Ohtani that just don't exist with any other player in the history of the league.
And you don't need to find that out in June.
Yeah.
Like, the part you bring up about the up-down, I was thinking more of when you go out for the second inning to pitch, where you throw, say you're 25, you cool down. And forget the running the bases or anything like that. Just sitting down in the dugout, then having to ramp back up to go. Because you only get those 8 pitches to warm up. How is the arm going to react? He's fine. He had the second surgery. They're building it back up. The muscles, the tendons, all that is fine. It's about just getting back into pitching shape, get that arm in pitching shape. And the going up, sitting down, going up, sitting down. That's what a lot of pitchers talk about. It's not the actual pitching during the game. It's the getting ramped back up during the game. And as you get older, it becomes a little bit harder. And when you're a guy who's worth almost $1 billion, you want to make sure you're so attention to detail, which the Dodgers are, and they have this mapped out. It's not like Dave Roberts, well, how do you feel? Like if Tommy Lasorda, my gut tells me you're still good.
No, they're not doing guts.
Everything is Ohtani, attention to detail with every single piece of equipment that he wears. So you don't think they have it mapped out June, July, August, what he's going to do and how many pitches he's going to have?
That's the problem, though, with and I agree with what you're saying, that this is what they would ideally like to do, but there is no roadmap for this.
No.
Nobody's ever done this before.
No.
You're literally figuring it out on the fly with him to come back on this thing. And let's say, unlike the inning he had against the Padres on Monday, where he threw 28 pitches and there was traffic the whole time, so there was, by regular season baseball, it was a stressful inning and everything else, whatever. Let's say he goes through the Nats, he faces 4 guys, he throws 15 pitches.
Then let's go.
You got to go again, right? But if it's that weird number, that 20, 22, 23, it's like, do you really run him back out there to throw 10 more pitches and take him out of the game? Or you say, we'll try it next time.
And that's also those 25. Were they efficient? Was he laboring? Was he nibbling? Where's the velocity at? Was he able to throw his off-speed pitches? There's so many different factors. Again, it's nice to see him pitch on a Sunday in June. I'd rather see October, 5 innings out of him.
You got to stretch him out a little bit, though. And there's time.
And there'll be time.
There is time. And I'm not saying that you rush him at all, but okay, if we're going to do it, if we're going to pitch him, then let's take the baby steps. I'm not saying that, hey, he looks great, run him out there again. Like you said, Tommy Lasorda, he strikes out the side. Goes back in the second inning. 3 up, 3 down. No, we're not running anybody back in any of these things. They're going to be extra cautious, but I would like to see that second inning out of him, assuming he doesn't go into the mid-20s.
Why do you want to see it right now? Why not wait till July, Travis?
Because if he's healthy,
because you're going to the game.
No, well that too. But
if you weren't going to the game, would you want to see the second inning?
Yeah, I would. I would. I really would.
If you weren't watching, would you want to see the second inning?
They need him to be a starting pitcher at the end of the line.
They need starting pitchers in general.
Yeah, Sheehan looked good.
Didn't he get sent down?
Yeah, but that's roster management. He didn't give up. He didn't give up no
but
runs. Didn't walk a guy.
That's where we're at with the Dodgers.
That's
right
just
now.
roster manipulation stuff
all the time. And then Little gets called up. What do you do?
He nearly started World War III and nearly got Ohtani's head blown off.
The best part is
I hate to say it, man. I get where Mike Schilt is coming from.
Yes,
I get it. You've hit him 6 times, Tatis. The rest of the league has hit him 4 times. This is not. You can say he stands on the plate. He does. You could say the way to get him out is to pitch him inside. It probably is. You could say that a kid's making his major league debut and he's over his skis and he's animated and all these things. All of that is true. Hey guys, you've hit him 6 times. The rest of the league's hit him 4. We need to do something about this. He's right about that.
You know how I found out about Little? So yesterday, a good friend of mine, Mario Soto, who is a sports psychologist.
Oh,
not the pitcher from the Reds.
Mario Soto, the changeup?
No, not the guy from the Reds. Right?
Yeah.
So Mario Soto is a sports psychologist based in Orange County. He works with a lot of different baseball players, a lot of different professional athletes. So he always posts when one of his guys gets somewhere. And he works with the Cal State Northridge, Fulton, stuff like that. He went under the tutelage of Dr. Ken Revisa, the late Revisa, who was a sports psychologist. So he posted yesterday about Little. It's like, all right, let's add another one to the roster of one of my mental skills students who got the call up, Jack Little. So Little had his ups and downs. Ended from Stanford, right? I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I texted Mario, what kind of guy is he? Oh, great kid, really locks in the mental side.
Not last night.
Okay. I wonder if Little is talking to a sports psychologist this morning of like, hey, how was your major league debut? Well, I hit one of the best hitters in baseball. Bench is cleared.
And nearly got Ohtani drilled in the neck.
And I got the managers probably getting suspended because of me.
Can you imagine the adrenaline
Let me text
that must
Mario
be
right now.
going through your brain when you get you get called up to the big leagues. Your knees probably buckle from the excitement, right? And then, oh, hey, by the way, you're pitching tonight. And you go in there, and now all of a sudden you can't find it, and it's on a night when guys are throwing at each other, and it's just like, am I gonna ever get back here again? That has to be terrifying.
Right. And knowing the way the Dodgers manipulate the roster,
sure.
Like, hey, you're gonna send that down for what? For starting a brawl? Come on! It was just one pitch. I just texted Mario. So how was his night?
Take him off the roster. Take him off the roster for sure.
Beto, did we share that story about the guy at the park?
No, we haven't talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
We should talk about that.
Let's talk about him coming up in a bit.
All right, do that.
Because
don't be that guy. And I'm glad.
Tell it right now.
Ron the Cat. All right, so last night I sat in the reserve level. My boy Razzo hooks me up some tickets. Great seats, right? Great seats because it's behind the first base dugout. Great. My boy Ron the Caddy, who had shady seats, ended up sitting behind us, and he's a loudmouth, right? So, but in front of us, like, it's one thing to hang out with loud mouths because, you know, they're kind of funny. But 4th inning, a bro shows up. He might as well have been wearing his tech bro outfit. And I'm going to give the description. He's about 5'7", 5'8"-ish. And my boy Razzo, big Rams, Dodger fan. You've been to his tailgates. You know what's going on.
Yep.
And he's all Dodgered out. Ohtani comes up to bat. This dude shows up and, like, Ohtani, 4th pitch, whatever Ohtani's batting, Ohtani grounds out or gets out. Like that one where he checked his swing.
Yeah, a little tap back to the pitcher.
Yeah, the dude out of nowhere just turns around. So that's what you guys pay for?
He's not a part of your group?
No, he's sitting in front of us. Right? Sitting in front of us. First of all, nobody's talking to him. We're not being loud. Just my boy Rob's like, oh, man, it's all right. Next time, right? Like a real Dodger fan. That's what you guys pay for? Like, whoa. First of all, collar shirt guy.
Golf shirt or like work shirt?
Work dress shirt. But again, he
took his tie off?
He took his fleece vest off.
Okay.
Right? He's a tech bro guy. And like, wait a minute, this guy really popping off? And then Razzo didn't say nothing. A couple innings later, just going on Ohtani. Like, whoa,
was he a Padre fan?
No, he was just, his buddy was a Dodger fan, and he just, why are you going to turn around and talk to people who are cheering somebody on? And I never say anything at baseball games. I stay quiet. I guess all the years of being in the press, I was just so used to not saying anything. But in the back of my head, I'm like, do I say something? Like, what's your problem, guy? Not that he was looking to instigate a fight.
I was just going to ask you that. Was he hoping that someone would say
You don't start something in the reserves. Like, you just
or you do because he's a tech bro, you know what?
I wouldn't.
He was just snarky, smarmy, all those kind of things, like hair to the side.
What
like,
would have
went to
happened
jail.
had you said something, you think?
Oh, he wasn't doing a damn thing.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to do a damn
What's
thing.
the point of taking a dump on Ohtani at that point? It's like, first of all, it's Ohtani. He's leading the league in home runs. He every time he comes up, it's about to be a moment.
But it was only with Ohtani. It wasn't Mookie. It wasn't anybody else.
That's weird.
He's trying to be a devil's advocate when the devil doesn't need an advocate.
That's real dumb. Pick someone else. And by the way, keep it to yourself. Don't say anything.
And here's this one. And at first I thought he just doesn't know anything, right? Then he brings up, in the last 2 weeks, he's been batting this, and that.
Bro memorized it before he got to his seat. He's like, I'm going to drop this one on him.
Like in Good Will Hunting like that.
I think you're right. I think she nailed it. This is a guy that doesn't watch baseball. This is a guy that got invited to a baseball game by a friend or something like that. And because he's also the guy that has to know something about everything, instead of just sitting there and going, oh, okay, I didn't know that. I'm going to read something online that said Ohtani, I think Ohtani was 0 for 10 at some point over the last couple of games. Whatever, who cares?
But why don't you tell your friend who you're sitting next to? Like, you turn around and you look at a 5'10", 225 Mexican dude. Ron the Caddy is a big dude. Like, you know you're surrounded, but he didn't care. He went on all the stats.
Okay, this is one of those things. You ever see somebody messing with an animal that doesn't understand what they're doing?
Yeah, don't poke the bear.
But just, hey, that's a rattlesnake. Go around it. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
It's not there to bother you, but if it gets disturbed, it will be a rattlesnake. This man's never sat in a Dodger game, been around Dodger fans that are minding their own business, but they can be provoked. Leave him alone.
FAFO.
Yes.
Now, if we were in the field seats, I totally expect this.
Yeah.
Field seat reserve. Hey man, FAFO. Right.
Even the field seats, you got to be on your toes.
Where I sit in the field.
Anywhere. It's less likely where you are, but what I'm telling you,
I expect that behavior in the field seats, not in the reserve, baby.
FAFO is indeed right.
And this is why I want to be a bouncer for a day, so I could tell that guy or do something to that guy.
CBS put out a list of the top 100 players, NFL players coming into the season, and it's illegitimate. I'll tell you why. It's coming up next. Beto's in for DeMarco, 710 ESPN. 13 years in a row, right? You win something 13 years in a row, you're on to something. How about Dealer of the Year for Chevrolet? That's what Rotolo Chevrolet has done 13 years in a row, and they do it by taking care of everybody that comes onto the lot at Rotolo Chevrolet. Right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, you can't miss it. And they've got all the Silverados. They've got all the Chevy cars and trucks. They've got exactly the make, model, color, price that you've been looking for. But what they have at Rotolo Chevrolet that no one else has is customer service that you're never going to forget. They take care of you from the moment you get there to the moment it's over. And I've been driving Silverados from Rotolo for years now, bought cars from Rotolo Chevrolet. The finance department, the service, just every single part of the operation is first class, and you're going to feel good about it. And that's really all you want, right, is to know that you're getting a great deal and that they respect you and that they're treating your business seriously, and that's what they do at Rotolo Chevrolet. So if you're thinking, hey, that Silverado I saw, I got to go check that out, go to Rotolo Chevrolet. 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit, and if you're not in the IE, you're not in the 909, you're not near Fontana, that's okay, go online. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com and tell them that Travis sent you.
We may get some news today.
If it breaks,
it'll be one of the biggest stories.
It'll be the biggest story of 2025.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, if it breaks.
The Bus family is passing the Showtime torch.
And, with Mark Walter as our owner and everything that's backing with what he did to the Dodgers, I'm all for turning the Lakers into an evil empire. I'm down for that.
The home of the Lakers, 710 ESPN, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at la-x.com. wa.org/ESPN.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With over 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month of therapy at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
4th of July savings start now at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new Hyundai Elantra SCL Sport for just $219 a month for 36 months with only $34.99 due at signing. Drive with confidence backed by America's best warranty, 10 years or 100,000 miles, and Hyundai's exclusive owner assurance program. Visit us off the 91 freeway or schedule your test drive now at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. And SU94 4151, $34.99 due at signing plus tax. License $85 doc fee and registration. No security deposit. 10,000 miles per year. Offer expires 7/7/2025.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey Rams fans, it's your quarterback Matthew Stafford here. Join me for Walk United LA at the Rose Bowl Stadium on July 20th. Participants can walk or run to support fire recovery efforts and our most vulnerable LA communities. Learn more at walkunitedla.org. See you there.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
ESPN LA's second annual listener game is coming up. If you would like to play in it, visit ESPNLA.com now for your chance to secure a roster spot. Don't miss the chance to play for either Team Travis, that's me, Team DeMarco, Mr. Farr. Visit ESPNLA.com today. Thanks to the law office of Joseph S. Normand. And your fight's still on for that day? You're not playing?
I'll be in. Where am I going? I'll be in Fort Worth that weekend.
Okay.
That weekend, so I'll do two. So
Okay.
it's interesting. I wish I could be there. I miss every other year. So I played the first year, did the second.
Okay.
Played.
So you'll
last
be there
year.
next year. You'll be there in 2026?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's like I didn't get voted in. So
You're a write-in candidate?
I'm a write-in candidate.
Okay.
Remember when we used to?
But you're not a write. You're in the. If you were in the mix, you're a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, first or
second round worse.
No chance.
Yeah.
I better not be second round.
Do you know my favorite dad phrase? And it only comes to my mind because you said it's Mr. Farr when you were doing that read.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm Travis. That's my team and the Mr. Farr's team. My favorite dad phrase is, Mr. Farr, that's my father. I'm DeMarco.
Yeah. That's my dad. Call me Travis.
Yeah, exactly.
That one. I don't
Oldie
have that
but a
one.
goodie.
I don't have that one in my repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good with either. Like some of Michael's friends and Bobby's friends.
Well, also because yours is Mr. Rogers, also
They
in your mind.
They have no idea who that
They
is.
really?
They
Okay.
have no idea who that is.
They didn't grow up on it.
No earthly idea who Fred Rogers was.
They know the Backyardigans.
Yeah, the Tanisha, and that was a fun show, by the way.
Uniqua.
Yeah.
Backyardigans. That was good.
Do your children's friends call you Mr. Duran?
The boys better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like my daughter's in high school now.
Okay.
So hey, Mr. Durant, that's right.
Yeah.
Now my son's friends, Mr. Durant, nah, man, it's Beto, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Bobby's friends are kind of half and half. Michael's friends are half. I'm all right with either one.
I don't like when I get called sir.
Yeah. Well, okay. Why don't you like it? Because I'm
not old.
Okay, that's a good. It feels insincere.
And also, Travis, that's not your excuse.
No, it's the kid. I get
it feels like Eddie Haskell-ish, like they're kissing ass, and I don't like that.
No, at a restaurant, right? Or
that doesn't
from
bother
service
me.
worker. Where it's
That
like,
doesn't bother
oh, hey, sir, what would you like to? I'm not, sir.
Yeah.
Then I look. I'm like, I got a bunch of gray. I am sir.
Yeah.
Like el señor.
Dude, when I'm going on my walks and I'll see some old son of a gun walking towards me, bald, gray hair, gray beard, I'm like, God, that guy looks old. I'm like, dude, he's saying the exact same thing about you as he's walking towards you.
But he's younger than you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
You look good for your age.
Thank you, Beto.
You look good
and
for
I'm
your
okay
age.
with Travis. I'm okay with Mr. Rogers. But sir from a kid feels, because that's not how it rolled. Like 40 years ago, yes, sir. That was kind of normal.
Yes,
now it's like, yeah, whatever, dude. That's like oddly, yeah. All right, bro.
You know what? And you get this when young people, they're being respectful. That, okay, boss. I'm like, I don't like that.
Okay, so that's a good one.
I know they're being respectful. It's just
my son, my oldest son, is 24. He does that a lot, and he doesn't mean it at all disrespectfully. He's honestly doing it to be polite.
Yes.
And I said, Bob, I know that it's not coming off like that to people my age. It's coming off
the way we grew up, right?
Like snarky.
It's coming off snarky. It's coming off disrespect. Like this is like, you got it. It's fine, but you got it, boss. Is like, wait, huh?
Because
what?
You told him that, and what did he say? You got it, boss.
He goes, you really? Probably, but he's like, really? I'm like, I'm just telling you, like
that generation, they're doing it out of respect. With total respect. But for us, I think it was you were saying it when we were punk kids. Hey, boss. Like you were being a jerk, like a little snarky, but I'm very smart.
Instead of you got it, boss, over text, I do the little emoji that's a salute. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I don't mind that one. That one's all right. That one's all right. I want to go back to this list of the NFL guys in a second. We were talking during the break, Beto, about the Lakers and what's coming up next. And I think we're in agreement that the Guggenheim group, Mark Walter specifically, they operate deliberately. They don't move super fast when they come. Like when they bought the Dodgers, what they did to kind of reassure Dodger fans, like basically signaling to the fan base that we're okay, was they went out and made the deal that brought in Adrian Gonzalez and Josh Beckett and that whole group of guys. Like, we're going to spend money. We're going to try to make the team better. But they didn't blow out everybody in the front office. They didn't fire the manager. They came in and they evaluated things. And over the course of a few years, Dave Roberts is in, Andrew Friedman's in, and they've kind of rolled with that group ever since. What can they do to signal to the Laker fans that, hey, and again, they have credibility now because of all the work they've done with the Dodgers, but when can we start to see stuff, whether it's in the organization or on the floor, that's like, oh, that's because these guys are here?
Now, on the floor, we're not going to see much.
I don't think so either.
Because the second apron is going to affect it. And as much as everybody said, oh, they can afford the players, you can, but there's a lot of penalties.
Yes.
The second and third apron was put in so those billionaires couldn't come in and buy whatever they want. Like in the past, there's luxury tax, and the Lakers have been great about this, where they'll have the luxury tax, and they'll pay over it over the years if they feel like they need it and they have the play. The Lakers have no problem, and I give Jeannie Buss and the Buss family a lot of credit for this. You need $50 million for LeBron? Let's go. You need how many millions for Kobe? Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
We will pay the stars. The Lakers have never not paid the stars. Where they've gone cheap over the years in trying to save a couple bucks here. Alex Caruso, perfect example. Ty Lue, when he was coaching, wasn't going to get one of the higher salaries. But they will pay stars. We can't say that they don't spend on the stars. Those are great, but what about the bench you're left with? You end up with Jackson Hayes as your center. You end up with a coach who doesn't believe in anybody on his bench, and he only plays his starters in the second half. Not because JJ is trying to prove a point, it's just because JJ didn't trust what he had in those kind of situations. What we're going to see effects for the Guggenheim group is, okay, we now have an international scouting department instead of just a couple of guys. You look at the Dodgers front office. We mentioned this with Andy the other day when we did the special Laker talk. Andrew Friedman is the president, right, of all the baseball. They have so many vice presidents.
You got an army of them.
Who were former GMs, who have front office experience. That's what's going to happen. Analytics is huge, and the Lakers have been known to be one of the teams that was lacking. They have it now, but do they really have the best? You look at the Dodgers website, you can always check out what they have. They have the front office, and they list everything. If you go to the department where it says analytics or the quants or the research, you can never click on that person's bio, right? You can click on Friedman, you can click on Brandon Gums, you can click on the CFO, everybody. but they hide who their analytics department is. The names are there, but you got to go Google who these guys are.
Yeah.
Because there's so many research this, analytics this, quant this. What the Lakers don't have that, but they will get that. So they will have the support system there. You need the newest, latest technology to track your players' heart rate. Boom. Hello, the Dodgers have 2 planes to make sure the players have everything they need. Remember Mark Cuban when he bought the Mavs? The Mavs were at the bottom of the barrel.
And he did the locker room stuff. He did the plane stuff.
The little things. They
Yeah.
bought a plane. The Lakers fly charter, which is great. You fly charter, but you don't have your own PJ. That's what you want to have. That's where you'll see those kind of differences. The fans won't notice it, but the players and organization will.
I agree with you. I think the other part of this that makes me so excited about what's coming next for them is what we've seen from the Dodgers with they have a vision and they execute their vision. That they decided that they want to be good at pick it, right? Because they're pretty much good at all of this stuff. But then they stay committed to it. It's not like we want to develop the best scouting system in baseball, and then the next week it's like, that's not important. We're going to sign free agents. It's not about free agents. We're going to try to build through the draft. It's they have an idea and they execute that vision. My number one criticism of the Lakers seems to be that their vision doesn't extend past tomorrow. Their vision doesn't seem to extend past, well, okay, LeBron is here. Okay, I know that's great. Well, you're at a crossroads now where LeBron is aging. You've got this other guy in Luka Doncic who is a mega star. You need to have some clarity of how you're going to develop the next 6, 7, 8 years of Luka Doncic. How are we going to maximize that? I don't know if the bus group was the right group for that. I think that the Guggenheim group...
At a time they were.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's passed them by.
It has. And I don't even know if Jerry Buss a million years ago could have, with his methodology in the current market, you need more people. You need more things than just, I got this guy that does this. You need an army of people to do this. And that's the part about the Lakers that makes me so excited, is that they're going to figure out what they want to do, and then they're going to doggedly pursue that goal.
The vision is what you need to have. You can have the vision. Okay, we want to win championships.
But
how
that's
do
not
we get there?
That's a goal.
How
yes.
do we get there? What resources do we have for that? Okay, NBA Summer League is coming up in a couple of weeks. Who is going to be that coach there? OKC's coach, Mark Daigneault, right? When he was found coming out of college, when he was at Florida, what did they do? They sent him to the Summer League. They were grooming him to eventually take over. He went to the G League. How are the Lakers going to be using their South Bay Lakers organization to move forward? Are they going to how are the Dodgers' influence going to be where we can interchange that, where we try different things? That's going to be the huge part for them. You have a two-way player. You don't sign him for special feelings. You sign him because our numbers tell you that. As much as we don't like analytics over the top, the modern sports era that we're in, 2025, you have to look at all the data that's available for you, and you have to find the different resources that you need. The Dodgers went and used Driveline. Is it good or bad for them with the way their arms are? Well, at least they're trying this instead of, you know what? Like, go back to Moneyball. Well, I don't like him because his girlfriend is
bad body,
right?
His girlfriend's ugly.
Yeah, like bad choice. Like that's how people used to operate.
I know.
Now you don't need that.
Yeah.
It's show me the data.
Yeah. He gets on base a lot. Yeah, but we don't like him. Why? His girlfriend's ugly. What does that have to do? He lacks confidence. What?
And yeah.
Like, wait, what?
That was
He gets on base twice a night. I don't care what his girlfriend looks like. He's on first base twice every game.
He throws weird.
Yeah, right.
Also, like Sedano was bringing this up yesterday, and Andy brought it up too. It's Pelinka and who else around him?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he's going to have to get some people around him or he's not going to be here. That's how that's going to shake out.
Yeah.
That Andrew Friedman comes in, like you said a second ago, he's got a team of assistants, of vice presidents that run this stuff in conjunction. He's the boss, but he collaborates with all these other places.
That's a great point. Yeah, they collaborate there.
Yeah.
Last year, remember when people were talking about, why is Dave Roberts lined up like this? Because they're telling him what the lineup is going to be. Yeah. They're telling him how they want to use certain pitchers in certain situations. Yep. Does Roberts finally get to execute stuff during the game? Of course. But they meet with him every single day. Here's your baseball for the Dodgers. Executive Vice President, Brandon Gomes. Senior Vice President, Baseball Operations, Josh Burns. Vice President, Assistant General Manager, Vice President, Assistant General Manager, Vice President, Assistant General Manager, Vice President, Baseball Operations, Vice President, Scouting, Vice President, International Scouting, Vice President, Player Personnel, Vice President, Player Personnel and Performance, Vice President, Baseball Administration, Vice President, Player Development. Yeah. That's what they have in their front office before we even get to the senior directors.
And I don't know, but I would be willing to bet that all of those guys that you just mentioned have a lot of experience in a lot of places.
Do you want to be
It's not that they were friends with the owner for a long time, and that's the difference. Hey, you worked at this hedge fund, you know this man, you went to this school, you worked for this team, you had this performance. Great. This isn't, I like this guy.
What about
okay.
Director of Quantitative Analysis?
Yeah, sure.
What about the Director of Integrative Baseball Performance? Director of Asia Pacific Operations? Director of Japanese Player Operations.
Sure.
They've gotten very specific.
Yeah. Guess, just real quick, Dodgers seem to have a handful of pretty good Japanese players.
Can we get a Director of French Basketball Players? Because all these guys are getting drafted in the lottery right now. They're coming out of France.
Yep.
Can we get somebody in Canada? Can we get the next SGA?
They will. And this is why it's so exciting. Everything you just said is going to get over here. France, Canada, whatever. We're going to have them all, and it's going to be purple and gold.
Remember this name? Joel Peralta?
Yeah.
Pitch for the Angels?
Yeah.
Special Assistant Baseball Operations.
Sure. Why not?
He played 1 year for the Dodgers.
Why not? Why not? Sign him up. Hot and Cold is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco. Beto's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
All over the Bus family selling the Lakers.
How does Jeannie remain being the governor while not being majority owner?
She is in charge for the foreseeable future. I don't know how many years it is. I think it's more than one, more than two probably, maybe even three. I don't know how long that's written into the contract, but it's written in the contract.
The Bus family is passing the Showtime torch.
The home of the Lakers, 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going and going and going.
Yes! Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22 pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie. This grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
As you know, we've welcomed the new partner here at 710 ESPN, Next Gen. Next Gen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to Next Gen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Aloha. Buenos dias.
What's hot is Philadelphia. They just had to take a cooling break in this Club World Cup match. It's 80 degrees. I don't know.
80 degrees and they're stopping for heat?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah.
guys. I don't think we need to stop
Who are
for
the
a
teams
cooling
that are
break.
playing?
It's Flamengo and Chelsea. Chelsea's
owned by
up,
Mark Walter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's Flamengo? Where are they from?
Brazil.
Brazil?
And Chelsea's up 1-0 over
It's hot in
Flamengo.
Brazil.
And also, maybe
But it's also humid, right? In Philly?
But it's
not
humid in
bad.
Brazil, right?
Hey,
Yeah,
Kababi, ask him.
Yeah, really.
Kind of being little babies, I think, up here. But it is soccer. It is soccer. But also, what's cold with this, not what I'm going to talk about later on, but they had, I guess they released some balloons or something, because I looked up the TV. It's on TNT right now with the Club World Cup, and there was balloons both on the field and in front of the camera, where I think they didn't learn from Cleveland, where releasing a bunch of balloons maybe not the best idea here, but whatever. I think it was from Flamengo because there was a bunch of red and black.
The greatest ever release of a thing was at the 88 Olympics in Seoul, where they released a bunch of doves as a symbol of peace and unity and all these things, and they all landed on the torch.
No.
And then they lit the torch and poof.
No.
Bye-bye doves.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's actually happened kind of a lot, where doves will either die coming out or they're not ready to go. So maybe just
doves are a bold choice.
Yeah.
I understand the symbolism, but maybe not.
all right, what's actually hot is Jaws. It is the 50th anniversary of the movie Jaws, which launched a little-known director named Steven Spielberg into the stratosphere. It also scared people from going to the beaches. It launched the idea of a summer movie. It used to be a place where they would dump their bad movies in the summer because they thought that no one would go to the theater because they wouldn't be out having a good time. And it kind of changed the idea that actually, no, you want movies in the theaters now because everyone's out of school, getting out of the heat,
Summer blockbuster.
etc. So Jaws was launched today. An incredible movie, a long movie.
It's a long movie, and obviously it's a classic now. It's been around 50 years, but it's still terrific. It
holds up?
Other than the special effect of the shark looks kind of silly because it's clearly not a real thing, but other than that, it's awesome. It's well acted, it's well shot, it's pretty, it's scary as hell still. The anticipation of not seeing the shark, it still holds up incredibly well.
The function of the shark being not
broken,
not looking that great is actually a benefit of the movie, is that you don't see the shark until the last second. It's almost the scary undertone.
It's what you don't see that scares you.
It's the fear of the unknown, and that's been also replicated in a bunch of movies since then. So Jaws is awesome. They're having a new exhibit.
There's Jaws wine, Beto. It's blue.
And I think the Yankees are doing a Jaws-themed night tonight. They have Jaws milkshakes with red dye in it and stuff like that.
Nice.
And the Academy Museum is doing a Jaws exhibition later this summer. Do you have any experience with Jaws, Beto?
Never saw it.
Really? Oh.
I know the what's going on. I know the water's safe now.
Well,
and it's at Universal Studios.
There's more than one.
yeah,
They're out there.
You see it, George?
I did. I just recently watched it too.
Oh, because of the show?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
No, I did. I just thought it was too long, but the character that annoys me the most is the mayor because he's.
Oh, the mayor sucks.
We got up on the beach.
It's 4th of July weekend. He's like, yeah, but an old lady just got eaten.
We got to cut open the shark. No, we don't. We don't want to see.
I don't want to see the Danville boys spill out onto this dock. I'm like, that's a pretty good line.
But I am going to go to the movies this weekend because of Emily.
What are you going to see?
I don't know. What am I watching,
The
Emily?
Materialists.
The Materialist.
Yes.
All right.
Susan and I went to see Top Gun in the theater on Wednesday night.
Top Gun.
Mm-hmm. They play old movies at this theater by our house.
Of course you do this.
So we went and saw it. It was great.
But
Loved
in the
it.
theater, I would like to do that.
I've seen that movie a million times, and I really like that movie. Right, going back to when I was in high school, it's great.
Did you play volleyball with your shirt off?
It was a little boring.
The original, I think,
It was. There wasn't as the Maverick one, which might
It's
be.
great.
There's a ton of stuff happening. The love story is compelling and cute, and all this stuff.
You've lost that love and
movie's
feeling.
boring.
It's
there's not enough
It's a
airplane
rom-com.
stuff.
Yes.
There's not more airplanes, more boom.
more death.
The
Yes.
leveling up of the Legacy sequel
Yeah.
added more money, helped with that.
Yes,
so
indeed.
what's cold is Sam Darnold and Tom Brady. So Travis, you saw this story, and you can explain it better than I can.
So Mike Silver was reporting that the Raiders were interested in Sam Darnold this offseason when Sam Darnold was a free agent, and that Tom Brady was the one that ultimately said, I don't think this is a great idea. Let's go in another direction. They end up getting Geno Smith, but it kind of confirms that maybe the preconceived notion that the Sam Darnold assance from last season in Minnesota was a flash in the pan. There's more a result of Kevin O'Connell being very good at what he does, Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison being very good at what they do.
System QB there?
That he got exposed with the Lions and Rams. And by the way, two very good teams, but that the bad Sam Darnold that we saw in New York, Carolina came back as quickly as it did, I think, is Tom Brady was seeing what a lot of the rest of us were seeing.
Yeah. Tom Brady making moves, huh?
Look,
he's a winner.
He might be good at this.
He might know the QB position.
He might know winning, and he might know basic competency. And I say this all the time.
Wow,
on
what a
Rams.
concept with the Raiders.
It's a concept that a lot of teams don't have, and they hired a good coach. So maybe it's not the perfect time. The odds of Pete Carroll being bad at this, are virtually zero.
No.
The odds of Geno Smith being bad at that are virtually zero. There's a level of basic competence that coincides with Tom Brady's arrival. I think he's going to be good at this. Just understand, hey, that guy's not the right guy. This guy is Geno Smith, an all-pro? No. Is he a good NFL quarterback? Yeah, he is.
He'll
be fine.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. And that's what the Raiders need to do. Yeah, I think that Darnold should be like, oh, boy. If I'm a Seahawks fan and I saw that, that would make me feel a certain way. Right?
Yeah. Look, I'm a big Sam Darnold fan, the person.
Yeah.
But I don't want him quarterbacking my team.
No.
Not for that price.
No, I remember him at San Clemente. I remember at SC.
One team, one town.
I'm rooting for the guy.
Yeah.
I really am. And it's like, no. Not when you get sacked 9 times in one game, you won't get rid of it. When your own play-by-play guy, you're just going, get rid of the ball.
Paul Allen?
Yeah, it's like that's when you know we've gone past a point. Who's Hot, Who's Cold is brought to you by NextGen, the official AC, heat, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Call 833-3-NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN. Or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com.
So this sound?
Behind him, Aaron Jones, Addison in motion to the right. 2 receivers left. Rams blitz. Darnold gets away from it. Steps up in the pocket. He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man. Just
throw it, man.
Paul Allen's so good.
He's terrific. Not as good as this. Hold on, Jorge.
Oh, no. Or this from Joe Davis.
Shut the front door.
That was really very good. That's when he was doing his best Scully lip-reading impression.
Yeah.
Shut the front door is an easy one to read lips on. It's a very easy one. The Dump coming up next.
New era, same home.
This could launch the Lakers into the stratosphere.
The Lake Show have a new ownership group led by Mark Walter.
And 710 ESPN had plenty to say.
I mean, is it fair to say maybe some of the biggest news in decades here in LA?
It was breaking news that shook the sports world.
The Buss family is entering an agreement to sell majority ownership of the Lakers to Mark Walter.
But one thing remains the same.
The heart of every Lakers fan beats through 710 ESPN.
Oh, my God, guys. What a day in Lakerland.
From shock to excitement.
From questions to confidence.
This now puts the Lakers in every conversation. Yeah. Now there isn't a player they can't afford.
The reaction started right here on 710 ESPN.
This is awesome.
New era for the purple and gold. Same home for the Los Angeles Lakers.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway, it's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino, come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR 001291. GAR 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
Yeah.
Beto and I just discussing our immaculate grids.
Jay Gibbons would have been there.
Did he hit 30?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah. That I wouldn't have got that one. That's a low percentage. We can shake the immaculate grid is the thing I look forward to the most on a daily basis. And tomorrow's immaculate grid, Beto, as you know, is my all Dodgers. I like to do an all Dodger grid on a Saturday morning.
And I like to just tell you, who is this person? Like the term in Spanish, ni en su casa lo conocen. Not even at his house do they know who he is. You'll throw one of those every now and then.
I like that. I like it. Steve Balboni kind of messed me up today.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye Balboni. That's right. Cal Raleigh, Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh ties Johnny Bench for the most home runs by a catcher before the All-Star break. He has hit 28 home runs, and the Mariners are one of those teams, Beto, that's got a bunch of good players and a bunch of good pitchers in particular, and everybody's like, yeah, cool, no one cares.
Who's the stud outfielder?
Julio Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Great player.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was on a big market.
If Julio Rodriguez played for the Cubs, the Yankees, the Braves, the Cardinals, or the Dodgers, he's a mega star.
Jay Gibbons, the max he had was 28.
See, you would have gotten, you lost a guest. You lost a guest.
Cal State LA.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that. Happy birthday to the following. Brian Wilson, the musician, or Brian Wilson, the old pitcher?
The musician.
Okay.
Beach Boys?
Yeah, Beach Boys. Recently, just earlier this week, right? Yeah.
And in the YouTube chat, they're talking about dead people. Started with Val Kilmer. Now everybody just naming all the people who died this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, add Brian Wilson.
What a great chat, guys.
Yeah, they're doing it, man.
Yeah.
They have their own world.
You ever do the death pool?
No. That's bad karma.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen to all of us.
Yeah, I just don't want to be involved in a death pool.
There's some obvious picks that were on the board for a long time that you didn't cash the ticket. Nicole Kidman turns 58 years old today. Your familiarity with the work of Nicole Kidman. I've got one movie that I know for sure that she was in that I've seen. Days of Thunder.
That's what I was thinking of that.
Yeah, that
when she was
Batman,
dating Tom, or that's when she
I think that's when
met?
they met. Yeah.
She's in literally every TV show that's come out in the past 2 years. She's been probably in 20 TV shows, and she's all with her crazy different wigs in every one, all of them varying levels of convincing accents.
Okay.
Like Nicole Kidman has been working.
Yeah.
She was in that movie where she was like an aspiring weather woman who was manipulating the kid. It was Joaquin Phoenix played by the kid, and then Ileana Douglas ends up killing her at the end.
I have not seen
it.
it.
Oh, wow.
It's good. It's good.
Speaking of death.
Yeah.
But she was also Big Little Lies. Anybody?
No.
Really?
Batman Forever?
Yeah,
Big Little Lies was
Kilmer,
so
Batman.
good.
I was thinking Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder. Yeah, she was like a neurosurgeon or something that was checking out Tom
I used
Cruise.
her in the Game of Games the other day with Mason and Ireland.
Yeah.
Where people that are born on an island.
Oh, Australia.
No, she was born in Hawaii.
Oh, was she really?
Yeah, her parents were grad students in Honolulu, so she was born.
Would Australia have qualified her as born
they
on
would
an
have,
island?
but she wasn't born in Australia.
There you go. Lionel Richie, very, very, very rich man, turns 76 years old
Has
today.
a house at LACC, right? Right above it?
You walk for like 20 minutes, and you're still walking next to Lionel Richie's backyard.
Yeah.
Like as you come down that hill, it's Lionel Richie's backyard. You get to the bottom of the hill, it's still Lionel Richie's backyard. As you walk along a totally different hole in another direction, it's still Lionel Richie's backyard. It looks like a mega resort. And he's had a whole bunch of hits that we all know. John Goodman, 73 years old today.
Great. He was in The Sandlot.
John Goodman wasn't in The Sandlot.
Yeah. Oh, no, he wasn't in The Sandlot. I'm thinking of somebody else. John
Big
Goodman,
Lebowski, though.
Big Lebowski, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we were quoting Lebowski yesterday. Come on, Walter.
Is that his most famous movie role?
He's had a lot
been
of
in
good movies.
so many things.
He was in The Righteous Gemstones.
I mean, okay.
Righteous
So
Gemstones.
good.
Mike Sully,
Fred Flintstone.
Monsters
Sully.
Inc.
Sully,
It's a
that's
voice.
right.
Sully, but just his.
Different,
I don't want to say,
yeah.
I'm not saying just his voice, but you don't
But
see him.
exactly, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Flintstones.
Gemstones?
The Flintstones.
Yeah, he was good at that. But yeah, Lebowski was good.
Is his most iconic? It's not a film role, but is his
Roseanne.
most iconic role Roseanne?
Yeah, I mean TV role.
That
yeah.
show was on a long
Roseanne
time.
was a
He's in
long
that movie
time.
Flight. He's Denzel's guy. To get him right.
Oh yeah. He was in The West Wing. He was President Walken for a brief minute or
Never
two.
saw that.
He's also a lot skinnier now. Like in Righteous Gemstones, at the end, he's like super skinny.
Did he
I don't know.
change his life, or
Oh,
did
you
he
know
get
what
on
else he was in?
the shot?
I don't know.
No, no. I think he just changed his life. 'cause
Okay.
He was big.
Yeah, he was huge.
Revenge of the Nerds. He was a football coach.
You got beat by a bunch of nerds. Nerds. Yeah.
Behind the scenes, I just asked Mason. He helped me get my immaculate grid, but for movies,
Yeah.
I want to see if you guys know any of the people that I'm going to talk about. Jeremy Renner. Do you know who that is?
Jeremy Renner.
Yes.
Got hit by a snowplow.
Yes.
Wow.
So you know who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But do you know what movie he's in?
He was in the heist movie in Boston.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Town.
The Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No.
Not a chance. Cillian Murphy.
Oh,
Yeah, he was Oppenheimer.
Okay. You got at least 3.
Yeah.
But then we have to do like box office and stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway.
I don't know anything other than Oppenheimer, and I don't know why. Well, anyway.
He was in the Batman movies.
Today in 2018, Yellowstone premiered, which is basically Succession in the wilderness.
I've seen parts of it.
You like it?
Yeah, it's Dutton Ranch, right?
Kevin Costner
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah, Kevin Costner's in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It
is good.
It just changes network, so it's hard to keep up where it went.
It's. Here's my only problem with Yellowstone. I liked it, and I watched like the first 2 or 3 or even maybe even 4 seasons. It's basically like, yeah, I get it. The Duttons have a big property. Stuff happens. They win.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. We're
the
gonna have
the daughter's
something.
a badass.
Yeah, she is. Lots going on, but like, is anybody that crazy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get out of the house, Trav.
I guess I'm lucky that
She would kidnap you on your walk.
every decision she makes in her entire life is done to just create chaos. Like, never once she woke up this morning and said, I'm just going to kind of go get a cup of coffee.
Nah.
Never once. Never once. She gets up and goes, how can I terrorize my father every morning?
Yeah, I like how she has a Bentley in in.
Oh, yeah.
Yellowstone. Yeah.
Well, they're pretty rich.
Yeah,
They're
but
very
it's like,
rich ranchers.
No need for a Range Rover or a truck. Now, let's get a sports car.
Chinatown, I believe, is Mace's favorite movie. Was released today in 1974.
Slow, very slow. I finally watched it for Mace. Couldn't finish it.
That's
Yeah.
the 70s
Yeah.
for you, though. 70s are slow. Like Jaws, at times it's very slow.
Yeah.
Chinatown's very slow, but it's how the 70s
Yeah.
rolled.
Oh, Sleep After Dark, huh? Let's go.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Sleep After Sunset, I believe is
After
what
Sunset,
it was called.
okay.
Yeah. The
And
Dallas
pour one out for
Cowboys.
Sliwa, too, because our guy, Jovan Puha, is leaving,
Oh, yeah, leading the Athletic.
Oh, but big news to come, he said. I always love it when people say, but big news to come.
Yeah, it probably, right? I mean, if he's leaving the Athletic, there's probably
Yeah,
something.
he's getting paid somewhere.
a bigger fish somewhere along the line. Cowboys cheerleaders getting a bump, Beto, 400% pay raise. 400%. I don't know what they were making before.
They were making $15 an hour before.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a nice 400%, but okay.
That's a lot of work.
They are now making $75 an hour for their role.
And NFL and NBA cheerleaders do not get paid a lot.
And they
A
do
lot of them are minimum work,
other
minimum wage.
stuff. Like they have to go to events and mall openings and
They're
things like that.
That's how they
They're
make
asked to
additional
sell
money.
The
Yeah.
calendars. Like, there's a lot of things that they're asked to do that they're not necessarily paid for or compensated for, as well as they use their like name, image, and likeness for things like the calendars, and they don't really necessarily get the amount of money they want back. They're asked to do a lot. Then they have to keep up part-time jobs, but also have a really grueling dance schedule. So this now allows for the women to maybe either they don't have to have a part-time job, or that they can have a little bit more security. And this is a lot coming from that Netflix show, the Cowboy Cheerleaders.
Loved that show.
Second season's coming out, I think, soon.
Yeah, that
was pretty good.
Did you watch it?
I watched a few episodes.
Yeah, Susan thought it was great. A couple of movies released. Camp Rock in 2008. That's a Jack Black feature.
No,
no,
that's School of Rock.
School of Rock. What's Camp Rock?
I'm surprised Camp Rock didn't cross your desk with kids of a certain age. Disney Channel original movie.
Oh, well,
Camp Rock.
Should have known.
Starring Demi Lovato and the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah,
they all go to camp and they learn how to rock at camp, and they go Camp Rock.
Get out of those donuts, Kamenetsky.
Blues Brothers released today in 1980.
We're on a mission from God. Love that.
Supercross Talk coming up next.
It was a seismic shift in Lakerland felt all around the sports world.
Now, all of a sudden, we're one of the richest owners in all the NBA.
Mark Walter is now leading a brand new Lakers ownership group.
The guy that owned the Dodgers bought the Lakers and caught just about everybody by surprise is exceptionally exciting.
When the news broke, LA turned to 710 for the passion and pride of the purple and gold.
New era, same home.
The home of the Lakers is 710 ESPN.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at highdesertbeerandwinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's highdesertbeerandwinefest.com.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Hey, baseball fans, ready to swing for the fences? It's ESPN LA's Legends Launch, presented by our friends at Legends Attic. Part of All-Star Friday night, step up to the plate and take your shot at launching as many baseballs as you can into the home run zone. Spots are limited, so grab your bat and go to ESPNLA.com right now to sign up. Bring the heat and showcase your legendary swing at our All-Star Friday night event on July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. Reserve your spot now thanks to Legends Attic, the ultimate sports fan's dream destination.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Whoa. Mace has not been late to crosstalk in a very long time, and this is a rare occurrence. He's a little behind. What's going on, guys? Mace is here. AK is here.
Trojan Man is here.
Yeah. Are you you're in an SC mood today, Mace?
Danton Lynn is going to join us.
Excellent.
At
nice.
2:30 today. So we'll talk to USC defensive coordinator Danton Lynn.
So you dress up for your guests?
I do. I dress up for I mean, if Dave
on
Roberts was coming in, I would be wearing a Dodger jersey.
Dave Roberts may be available to come in sooner than later because he may be getting set aside for a game or two.
Yeah.
He'll be available.
Yeah. You
Fun
think he gets
time
suspended?
Boy, this is a tall chair,
Yeah.
is it not?
Yeah. There's a lever on the side. It's in there somewhere. You think you guys
I feel
think
like I'm in a high chair.
No, you're on your throne.
it's like a director's chair.
It is.
You're like Cowherd above everybody else.
Now, I do think that Roberts will be suspended. I think Schultz should be suspended.
Yeah, both of them get a couple
And I
games.
think Suarez
for sure, because after you get a warning and then you hit somebody, even if you'd hit him in the calf,
and you
he gets suspended. That's why the suspension comes, is because of the warning prior to it. Is it over? They don't
No.
play each other until August 15, 16, 17, back at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, Plunk Fest. It's
You
gonna
don't
be a
think that
Plunk Fest.
Shohei waving everybody off was kind
It
of
was
the
very
end of it?
cool.
It was. I'd never seen that
By
before.
the way, was
That
that
was a badass moment.
That was so cool of
Yeah.
Shohei to say, no,
It was
I'm
him
okay.
telling his
Okay.
team, like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And then it's him telling the Padres, knock it off, dummies.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, just stop. Stop
What's up,
it.
Iglesias, my amigo? How you doing?
Yeah. I think that might have ended it.
This is
You
fast.
think so?
If you should bet, I would bet on it continues. But I also think that if I didn't see anything, this is why. That him squashing it, because you saw Kershaw was over the rail.
Oh, yeah.
Kershaw was coming out. He was ready to.
His sciatica
here we
was
go.
fine. He was getting out of there.
As fast as he'd moved a while. So they followed his. First of all, that everybody very quickly fell in line behind him, I think means, because sometimes guys are just running hot and they're just going out there to start the fight anyway.
Right.
They didn't. And I wonder if it didn't at least kick open the possibility of, all right, Shohei doesn't want to escalate this. We're not going to escalate this.
Hold up, Mason. Fix the chair. I see you.
I don't even know what I'm pressing. I don't know what buttons I'm
Forget the topic. Let's just fix the chair.
What is it? Yeah.
How many radio hosts do you need to fix one chair?
Oh,
God! Wow! Now you're
hit
being
the switches.
You're a little low.
Now I know what I'm
You're a
doing.
little low, though, right now.
Yeah,
You got to be
Well,
honest.
there you go.
You're a
It'll
little
go.
low.
Take your weight off the seat,
I'll-
and it'll go back
I'll
up.
figure it out.
Yeah. What were you saying? Oh, that John usually sits in that chair.
John, he does.
Yeah,
John
no, that's
usually
John's
has
seat.
the tall chair.
So
So
I
I have
thought,
many videos
but
of
I
him.
thought all the way around, the Dodgers are so in San Diego's head, it is unbelievable. They are so in their heads. I would argue that there was not a moment in that series where Dave ordered somebody to hit a Padre, and yet I think Schilt ordered his staff, Vasquez, and then last night Suarez, to deliberately hit Shohei Ohtani.
I think that the Ohtani one being delivered is a no-brainer.
Do you think
for
the
sure.
Padres hit the Dodgers deliberately? I'm sorry, the Dodgers hit
Once.
the Padres? Which one?
Once. The game 2 when Tatis got hit. After they go back to
Okay.
game 1, Pajes gets hit.
Is that for the
Right.
Pajes
Right.
insult?
And I don't believe. I
Yeah.
believe the Pajes one was.
He
do
overreacted.
I
Yeah,
do
he
too.
overreacted.
He did overreact.
Nobody's
but,
going after Pajes.
But they weren't hitting. So here's the chain of events in my opinion.
Got it.
Pajes gets hit and overreacts.
Yes.
Okay. The Padres' response to his overreaction, where they said, "Who do you think you are?" That was
Right.
a Mike
Which is
Schilt
true.
line. He's right.
Yeah.
And Manny Machado going, "Dude, they got stars over there. We're not hitting you."
Right.
The Dodgers felt it necessary to stick up for Pajes, so we'll hit Tatis.
Which is good.
That
So
was
you
their
think
response to that.
Trevino hit
I do.
Tatis deliberately.
I do.
Look,
The first
Trevino's
time.
a salty vet. He's been around so many different teams. He was DFA'd, I think, by the Indians this year.
Yeah.
And
Was
the
he?
Guardians. Where you don't even know where he came from, right? This guy's going to show up and be like, you know what? I have some value here.
I think this is we're going to take our guys back. You don't get to call him that.
Right.
We're gonna take up for that because this is the stupid baseball mentality, and I put myself in this group where
Unwritten rules.
We're
Yeah,
gonna do
right.
this, and then now we're just responding to the response to the response to the response to get to where we were last night.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's the one time they
I'll
did.
tell
it.
you what, Jack Little's reputation is now firmly established. He is a headhunter.
Yeah.
Jack Little
welcome
is
to
a
Major
League.
headhunter.
He was so over his
I
skis
know,
last
he was
night.
like, oh my, he was like so upset that he hit
Yeah.
him.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm throwing everywhere except over the plate.
Exactly, exactly. And by the way, damn you, home plate umpire, the immaculate inning, an immaculate inning is so rare. Have you guys talked about this?
We did.
yeah.
It is
So
such
Marvin
a rare
Hudson.
thing. There have been fewer immaculate innings than there have been no hitters.
You ready for the
right?
numbers?
Yeah.
So 326 no hitters in Major League history.
Yeah.
Okay, Major League Baseball has been played 130 something odd years.
Yep.
That's happened 326. Doesn't happen very often.
Nope.
24 perfect games. Okay,
Right,
24
right.
perfect games.
Wow.
The immaculate inning falls somewhere between those two things. It's 118.
Yep.
It's nearly 3 times more rare than a no hitter. And it wasn't like it barely caught a corner.
I mean,
it was down the
like,
middle.
It was fat. It was a really fat strike.
Here's Joe Davis as it's happening in real time.
Here's the 0-2. It is. Oh, no. Marvin Hudson cost him an immaculate inning.
And here comes Karros. Yeah.
I mean, that's not even close. That is. Wow.
This would
Marvin.
never happen with the robot.
No, it would not.
Like R2D2 is calling that a strike, man.
Yeah, and next year, I mean,
You know who's calling it a strike? Anybody that is
Everybody.
not sight impaired.
Right.
It cut the plate in half.
Well, the job for umpires has got. It used to be that we didn't have like TV,
The box.
like the box that shows you very clearly whether it's a strike. So I think that the box has led to the advent of the automated strike zone because we can all now see every time they're wrong.
You didn't need the box last night.
No, that was just a gimme call.
That was a ha!
Yeah,
like Dutch Ryder. Come on. Travis wanted to be an umpire.
No.
For one day.
No, I would like to. We were kind of talking about Adam Schefter is going to do some between the ropes stuff at the PGA Tour event this week.
Oh, cool.
So he's kind of, just to go do a new thing. So we were drafting things that we'd like to try one time.
Okay.
Just one time. I would love to call balls and strikes in a major league game.
Would you
really?
Just
once. Because it'd give you an idea how hard it is.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
And everything else.
Wasn't that hard last night.
That one was not one of the hard ones.
How would you have called him out?
You want me to ring him up?
Yeah, ring him up. Ring him up. Stand up. You got to do it.
So I will do it.
You got to do the
But
punch.
I'm going to do that one, and then I want to do one that's on the corner.
All right.
So this one, 0-2, right down the middle, is just. It's easy. There's no dramatics
And
to
there's
it,
nothing
right?
verbal to
There's
it?
nothing.
But you got to say it, though. You got to say it.
No, it's too easy. It's just this one. I'm down here.
Yep.
I'm looking over Will
Okay.
Smith's shoulder. Comes down.
But you got to say something. Do you go strike or do you
Nope.
go ha?
Nope.
You're a silent ump?
It's on the easy ones because everybody knows.
But the catcher has to hear it. You got to know.
No, everybody knew.
So you're like a mime?
If
You're
it's-
an umpire
if-
that's
if
a
it's-
mime.
If it's one on the
Marcel
corner,
Marceau?
it's 3. A little quick little punch. 3 like that.
Yeah.
But this one's too easy. It's like when the ground ball is hit to first base
Yep.
and the first baseman picks it up and walks over. The first baseman just points and goes.
Yep.
Right.
It's easy. If it's a close play, they wait and they bang it out, right?
Yeah.
Come on. I
Boy,
thought you'd
Travis
be like,
has put some thought into this.
Oh,
has he
absolutely.
not?
I've
You're
done it.
actually putting on
You
a
look in the mirror.
demonstration.
It's an easy one.
So
Yeah.
when
I've watched a lot and played a lot.
Sure.
This is close ones get the big reaction.
Yep.
The easy ones are just.
And that was an easy one.
They don't get any easier.
I thought you'd be like the guy from Storage Wars. Yup.
Oh, that'd be
Strike
pretty
3
good.
right there.
You could do a little Eric Gregg, little punch the sky.
Yeah.
I do miss the guys that had a little style to it.
When I went to umpire school, because I umpired high school.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, in college, I umpired like high school and like some men's leagues and stuff.
Okay.
They teach you, hey, when you have your strike 3 call, you got to have one. You got to have, like, you either got to say yes, strike, whatever. You have to be vocal about it. And you also, you want to work. So we would legit practice your punch outs, right? So
Yeah.
you look in the mirror, like, so mine, I'll just put the hand up and then I'd point just at the dugout, right? The punch out, though, I'd bring the chainsaw. Point at the pitcher, strike, and then bring it back. Little chainsaw action, bro.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Good.
The hangover's the wrong word because it's not
Whoa. You were with me last night?
Yeah. You got a hangover?
The day after the Laker thing. I still,
Yeah.
we're just, everybody's like, damn.
There's so
I can't believe that happened.
I just think there's like so much optimism in the town right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're moving
have
into
you
a new
heard anybody
era.
that's like, I don't know, man. I haven't heard one dissenting voice.
No,
not one.
Not a one.
It's a lot of what took so long.
Yeah, a lot of positive and no negative, no drawbacks to this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Especially since, Momo was on with us yesterday. She says Jeannie's going to be there for a few years contractually. So I think, and by the way, and Rob just signed a new contract, and we saw the way the Dodgers handled the transition from McCourt.
They're very deliberate.
They're very deliberate. It's going to be very, very careful, and they're going to make the right calls. And yes, there's going to be more talent added to the front office. But in the meantime, there's kind of a passing of the baton as they sort of build things up.
Look, the truth is, with the most important things coming up, the draft to whatever degree the Lakers are involved with it, even as a trading team, and then free agency, even if Mark Walter, who has been a minority owner of this team for a while, I'm sure he has been paying attention, taking mental notes, doing intel, whatever. Even if he wanted to do a complete makeover, fire everybody, bring in all new people, there's not enough time.
Yeah,
Like if you were going to try to do it before the big stuff this summer, honestly, that would be haphazard and reckless.
Yeah, I got a text the day it happened, and we were talking about so much money. A friend of mine texted me Giannis? ?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
It
hasn't changed that much.
The stuff on the court is going to take some time to show itself. It's the stuff behind the scenes that will happen much quicker.
Right. Yeah.
Like
So if the most important thing, like the most pressing impending issue, you can't do that anyway, then you might as well just take a beat.
Yeah,
you might as well just take a little bit of time to observe. Like if this sale had happened in, say, November of 2024, then I think maybe we might have already seen some changes and things like that. There's not enough time to do it responsibly anyway.
What do you guys make, if anything, of nothing from LeBron on it?
It is weird.
According to McMenamin, he's on board. Dave has,
but he hasn't publicly said anything.
We can ask
sent
Dave
out
about
the
that.
correct. Yeah, Dave's going to be with us at 12:30.
Like, he's a very online person.
Yeah,
he's very conscious of what he says, what he doesn't say, branding and positioning and manipulation and all these things. That not saying anything is something. I can't put my finger on what it is, but it's something, right?
Yeah, we'll try to follow up on that today.
You going on vacation?
I am.
When?
Next week.
Can I work?
Yeah, talk to. I mean,
I
think you're here with Ireland one day, aren't you?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Where
you're here with me. Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
The origin of.
Are you
Is
going
that
to?
what that's from?
You going to Liberia?
I am. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Flying
Direct
into
flight
Liberia.
Beautiful,
Yep. There's
beautiful.
a direct flight, and then head out to the volcanoes.
Is that a city in Costa Rica?
Yeah, that's
on
like
the
one
water.
of the airports.
Okay.
Like San Juan is. I mean, San Jose. You don't want to go there. That's the capital. It's a big airport, but you still got to drive an hour or two to the water. Or
Yeah,
something like that.
and that is the zipline guys are the ones that. So I am going to go ziplining.
Did you buy a place in Costa Rica?
No.
As much as you're there.
A compound?
Yeah, as much as you're there.
Yeah.
I should get a compound.
I should get a compound. Everybody here should have a compound.
Everybody
One in
here should be
Idaho,
rich.
one in
Would your
Costa Rica.
compound be?
It's only your show that has compound money.
Would it be walls? Would it be armed people? Like, how would you defend your compound?
Mason invites everybody.
Yeah,
all the spider monkeys.
Come on over.
in.
But a compound implies that there's restricted access.
That's Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, now you've been to my house. Do you think I have a compound?
No, I think you have a home.
But my backyard is kind of a compound.
But that's to keep the
That's
people
what
out.
I think there's a difference between
High wall,
privacy and a
big
compound.
bamboo,
Do you have
all
ba-
that
I think
stuff.
you have privacy.
Yeah.
You have the bamboo?
I have the big bamboo.
You and VTV, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling you.
VTV's got the bamboo.
Oh, he's all about the bamboo.
He's
yeah.
all
Depends, but doesn't
Isn't
break.
bamboo terribly invasive?
It is.
Yes.
It's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
It's amazing to watch how like one will jump over.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden there's a bamboo
and you can't get it out.
And you can't get it out. Yeah, it is. They are.
You got to
invasive.
keep it up, man.
You have bamboo growing
All
through
right,
your
boys,
walls.
have a good show.
All right, thanks, Beto.
You're done, Beto.
Beto's
Beto
clearly finished.
Beto likes crosstalk the least among all of the people that do it.
Ireland.
No, Ireland.
But he comes in and does it.
Yeah, Ireland does come in and do it. Yeah, it's in the contract.
Beto's 50 seconds over. He's going to submit an invoice.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are up next. Have a great weekend.